Good. 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 Good morning. Good morning. Guys, I'm looking a little extra transparent today. I swapped my, I didn't really switch my light. I just like shifted the hue a little bit to be a little more white. And that that made it so everything is now more transparent. Lovely. Hold on, Gangu, hold on. Guys, I need like an automated like message. I swear on God to go out, dude. Are we gonna speed run again? Yes, sir. We're gonna speed run and then explode ourselves in the nether again like we did. Oh my God. We're gonna blow ourselves up. Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta type in the code. Also, I added the boom cat. Gang. I'm live. I will blow up in 5 minutes. Ain't everyone. Boom! 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 Yippee! Yippee! How's it going, Steve-O? Welcome in. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done, dude? What have I done? Oh no. Guys, today we're actually going to hop into a little bit of the craft, but I also want to explore the ultimate FNAF timeline, gang. That's going to be later in the stream. And for that timeline, dude, it's an hour and 26 minutes. I'll probably add another 30 minutes of commentary on top.
You forgot the last 3 letters on it, everyone.
Oh my God, you're correct. Guys, we're gonna be looking at the ultimate FNAF timeline combined. This is every Matt Pants video combined. What's that sound? That's a cat saying boom. That's a
Colin 67.
That's a cat. That's a cat saying boom, dude. Legendary audio. Guys, should I add a gold scar? Guys, should I add a gold scar sound effect? Should I add it? Hold on. Sound. Oh God. Wait, hold on. Should I add just the shooting sound effect? Guys, should I add it?
Wexy is gonna get annoyed by the cat in the future.
Guys, I'll never get annoyed by it. Guys, I feel like I should. Just like we're doing something completely random or under attack. Our tower's getting knocked, dude. Our tower's getting knocked. God damn it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why do I still have beating Minecraft, but I can't break the laws of Islam still open, dude? My God. I forgot I had that John open. I forgot. Guys, I'm slowly losing my voice after what happened the past 2 days. Holy heck. Holy heck, guys. Today I kind of want to, a little part of me wants to post how I died in my previous run. Because it's actually pretty funny. It's actually pretty funny. A little part of me wants to post it on the main channel today. So I actually might. Yeah, I was going unused to umbrella. Welcome in. Guys, what I got going down the good old slimy throat. We got a Celsius grape. Yo, cat sound. I so adorable. You like the boom cat sound effect? Guys, play it. Run it back. Guards! Guards, play the boom cat. Minus 10 channel points. Guys, we gotta lock it in today. There it is. There it is. Oh, yeah. Legendary audio. Okay, guys, you can chill out with the boom. No, I'm just... God damn it. Guys, you're lucky I didn't add, like, an applause. You're lucky I didn't add, like a 1940s comedy applause, dude. That'd be so funny. You guys can be my laugh track. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Guys, do you think we're gonna get 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3, or 3 out of 3 today? Guys, what do you think we're going to get today? Hold on, I gotta do the are you sub poll. Hold on. I gotta do the are you sub poll. Alright. Are you sub scribe question mark and colon, it's a colon 0 type of day today. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Guys, I'm feeling like a solid like 2 out of 3, maybe 3 out of 3 today. If I get lucky and I get flags or places that I've been before, I mean, not in real life, but like in game. Yeah, I was going Queso's gas station. Welcome in. Welcome in. Queso. Welcome in, gang. Guys, I'm feeling extra strong today. Let's claim these coins. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, Pemmy, you can stop unless you want to tank a 10-minute timeout, gang. Are you ready for a 10-min? Guys, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Last one. I mean, you could use it periodically, but like not every second, gang. We gotta have some limitations. Stimulations. Stipulations. Hold on. Queso's gas station. I could have half a person. I could have like a shoelace and a bag of cotton candy in here, dude. I'd be freaking ecstatic. Why do you think this is Senegal? Guys, I'm kind of at a loss right now. Actually, this is South America. I'm calling it. Actually, it's either... Ooh. Hold on, what are the natives looking like here? Yo, Exy, what is your favorite candy? My favorite candy has to be... Oh, this is a pure white man. Balding. Age 67. Guys, get the joke? I would probably say a Twix candy bar. Bolivia? I mean, am I seeing really any... Guys, this might be like Poland or something. Cray. Holy heck. This might be like Poland. It could be like Sweden, Finland. Oh my god, guys. We were all freaking wrong. It was this... It was I don't even know. It was Monte. I don't even know how to say that. How do you say that? Guys, we were all freaking wrong. Oh, yeah. Guys, we're in... Oh, yeah. Clean streets. Not a speck of dust in sight. Oh, yeah. Guys, we're in Japan. China? No, we're in Japan. Trust. Actually, or Korea. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa. We can only go one direction here. Oh, yeah, they got the landmine signs. Guys, this is Japan. They got the landmine signs. Yeah, they got the landmine signs. They got the LGBTQ steps here. Actually, hold on. No, it's Korea. Never mind, it's Korea. It's Korea. Now I'm gonna guess Busan because I'm a G. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know how it is, man. You know how it is. We guess Busan because we're G's here. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Right down the street from where the location was. Okay, our last...
The only stairs you'll never see me stepping
Italy,
on.
Italy. Guys, would you date a mafia boss's daughter? Wait, what is that a light attached to? Wait, am I blind? Oh yeah, I'm just dumb. I'm just freaking... Soproni. Guys, I bet they have some insanely good food in these old buildings. Yeah, this is Italy. When in Rome. I'm gonna go San Marino. Oh my freaking god, guys. It was a red herring. It was actually Hungary. It was actually Hungary. Guys, they got an Italian street in Hungary. Isn't that crazy? We were all wrong. We were. Guys, we got 1 out of 3. Can I get an L in chat for me? Wait, what the hell? Wait, what the hell? Wait. What the hell? Guys, get ready for Halloween. No freaking way. Guys, last night, I drove like 30 minutes at night in the dark just to get a burger. And dude, let me tell you right now, it was downpouring, and the people that have their freaking, in like the sun strapped to the front of their car with their giant LED lights on full blast while it's downpouring, dog. I gotta like hit the brakes and pray that I'm still on the road. It's actually the worst ever, dude. Anyone who's driven at night in the rain knows my feeling here. Dude, driving at night. Oh my god, we gotta go down in that pit, dude. Yeah, dude, driving at night and having a giant truck with the sun strapped to the front, shining directly into your front windshield while it's also fogging up and your windshield wipers are trying to scrape away the rain, dude. It is painful. It is like a flashbang, eh? It basically is the closest thing you can get to a flashbang. Guys, I just realized we don't have any flip-flops on in-game. Should Mojang make flip-flops? Should Mojang make flip-flops? I think they should. There we go. We're strapped and ready to ready to go, dude. Actually, do we have enough food? I think we have a decent amount. Nothing too cray-cray. Nothing too crazy. Little bit of lightweight. Hold on. Guys, we're gonna freaking speed run into the nether again. Except not blow ourselves up this time. BRB. I'll be here, gang. Waiting and listening. Should we go back up and get some more food? I think we should get a lot more food. I think we should, dude. I think we should. I don't think... We're gonna get freaking battered if we go down there in our current state. You know, technically to go into the nether, all I do need is 3 diamondes.
Talking about Mojang. When I was leaving the church, I saw a restaurant named Jalba's Bakery. I think Mojang got a side job. Skull emoji.
Mojang needed another source of income. You got a dip. Hopefully you'll be back in a bit. Bye-bye, Queso's gas station. Make sure to hook me up with a discount on gas, gang. I need that. I need it. I need it. I need that. Guys, we gotta get some more food. We gotta kill the local wildlife. But we gotta remember to keep ourselves grounded and not lose direction. Oh, there's my crafting table. Huge. Guys, I hope they respawn. Hold on, we gotta get some food. Hold on, maybe. Maybe pause. Pause. Is there any food anywhere here?
Mojang probably making cube-shaped cupcakes.
Any
bread,
food.
Cakes.
I believe it. Guys. Guys, this is a code red. Code red, never mind. We got a different type of code red. For blood. Guys. Let's get to killing. Let's get to killing. Let's get to killing.
Long game or speedrun?
Let's get to killing. Guys, we're freaking speedrunning. I mean, it's not really a speedrun. Speedrun in quotation marks. Is that two chickens talking to each other on a ledge? Bro, you eat potato? Bro, I don't got a potato, man. I don't got a potato.
We're gonna be on the 5th world in no time.
Guys, we're not speedrunning into the next hardcore world, okay? That is what we're not doing. Okay? Guys, I'm just getting some food because your boy needs some food.
Let the chicken talk about seeds.
Guys, we gotta kill everything here. Guys, we gotta kill everything here.
Speedrunning to another hardcore world.
That is what we're not doing. Guys. Guys. There's gonna be no life around here. No, don't hurt Technoblade. R.I.P. my mans. R.I.P. my mans. He would surely sacrifice his flesh for my hunger, dude. He would surely do that. He would surely. I believe it, man. I believe it. Oh, we got some cows. Guys, we're going to need all of this. Because, I mean, we do got enough wood.
Yo, bro, you heart about the Kentucky Fried Seeds that opened just across the river.
What? Come here. Come here. I'm eating your family. Come here. Okay, now let's go back. We should be fine. We should be fine. Let's go into the Giga Cave. It is time. Oh, nope, never mind. I missed one. Do I have a water bucat? I don't. Freaking L. Is there water down here? Dies to fall damage. I'll drop down that water there.
Diamond time.
Yeah, guys, it's gonna be Diamond time. Yippee! Yippee! It's diamond time, dude. Hold on.
Hurry up and get netherite and remake the house Wexy before Madison finds out it.
Oh my god, true. Get netherite and and remake the house. Guys, we gotta prep for the end of time here. For Doomsday. We gotta prep. Hold on. Hold on, gang. Let's organize our John. Let's organize here. Anything that I don't need is going in here, dude.
Why don't you make
a smoker? Why don't I make a smoker? Because L smoker? L smoker? Bro, I don't wanna smoke. Are you kidding me? Get it, man? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, I was going Liam. Welcome in. Guys, we're at 67% yes on Are You Subscribed? This is a legendary moment. Boom just makes my day better. Dude, that's what I'm saying. The boom cat makes everyone better. He does, dude. Guys, we're gonna go cave diving. 6-7 question mark. Guys, we're gonna go cave diving together. We're gonna be running for our lives in that cave. I should probably pick up some water, shouldn't I? I should make a freaking bada bing bada boom. If you know what I mean. Alright, let's pick up some water. Some water. Let's go up here and pick up some water. Pick up some water. 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 Yo, sub and like the stream, guys. We need like a code word for liking and subbing, dude. Like, make out with that like button. I don't know about that one. I make out with that subscribe button. Right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Hold on. We're gonna cook everything before we freaking go down, dude. We gotta make sure we are stacked full of food so we don't die. We cannot afford to die. We do got a ton of food, though. Guys, how many diamonds do you think we're gonna get? And don't say 6-7. Don't say 6-7. How many diamondes do you think we're gonna get? And 6-7 is not an answer, dude. I'm guessing like 25. I'm guessing 25 in this one cave. That's what I'm guessing. 38? Hey, dude, we'll find out. We'll find out together. Time to go in. Lock it in. Lock it in. We're going in. We're going in. Guys, remember, if we see... Oh my god. Guys, remember, if we freaking see the scary biome, we are dipping at light speed. We're doing a complete U-turn. If we see Skulk, we are out. We are freaking out, dude. Bow meow 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 meow. Oh my god, he smacked me. How rude. Guys, we're lighting up this John. I see Lapis. Guys, why do the spiders low-key break dance? They got that boogie in their blood. Creeper sneaks up on me, knocks me into the freaking void. Guys, why is this cave low-key a vibe? Look at this. Why is this low-key a vibe? Hold on, I gotta put someone down real quick. Hey, yo, your dog's attacking me. Hey, yo. What do you mean he don't bite? What do you mean he don't bite? What do you mean? he don't bite. He don't bite. He don't bite, man. He don't bite. He don't bite, man. Mauls your arm. He don't bite, man. He don't bite. He don't bite. He don't bite, man.
Wexer, I'm here.
Hey, welcome in, gang. Welcome in. Guys, we're doing some exploration. Exploration. You know what time it is.
When you think about it, arachnid waifus have big buns since arachnid waifus is the same size as a normal human plus spider ass is big.
Well, I don't really think about spider waifus, gang. Is that something that the average person thinks about on the daily? Is that something that people are just like thinking about, like normally? New world? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clip comes out today, dude. Clip comes out on the main channel today. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Oh
yes,
my
sir,
god.
New World because the other one was too easy.
Yeah, dude, the other one was too easy, and the one before that, we got banished into the freaking Shadow Realm. You know how it is. Guys, it just happens. I mean, you hate to see it, dude. You hate to see it. Guys, we're gonna get stacked up on iron while we're here. Might as well. Get moss as good roof decor. Guys, what if I just make this cave my home? Any people that disagree? What if I just make this cave my home? Like, if there's no skulk? Guys, look how nice this cave looks. That's a giga cave, dude. Spoken like a true Neanderthal. Yeah, it's going pretty. Welcome in, gang. Welcome in. Guys, let's get all the iron that we can here. Might as well, right? A little iron never hurt anyone. Never freaking hurt anyone. I know moss is a moss is, oh my god. Moss is pretty good at decor. Oh my god. Guys, that was kind of scary. Guys, that was kind of scary. POV creeper sound incoming. Wait, is there any coal that I can pick up real quick?
Almost speedrun Yo New World.
Yeah, guys, that was almost a isekai moment. Uh-oh. Guys, you know, like when it's 3 in the morning, you're scrolling through your TikTok page and you hear that one song and it's like an anime recap. Jake and Jenny. Jake got reincarnated into Jenny's body. Know what I'm talking about? Surely you guys know, right? Oh my god. I think it's Jack and Jenny. Holy freak. Guys, these skeletons are getting freaky. Guys, these skeletons are getting freaky. Guys, these skeletons are getting freaky. Guys, these skeletons are getting freaky.
That one recap person who named
guys,
every MC Jack.
Guys. These skeletons are getting freaky. 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 I'm just the goat, dude. Come into the light. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come into the light. Come into the light. God, look at him zoom. Sets me on fire? How freaking dare you, dude? How dare you? Yeah, how's it going, Invincible? Welcome in. Where am I from? You can actually get me with the sound effect, dude. There's no way. You can get me with it? Oh my god. It's because I can actually die to the creeper, dude. They're actually threats. Oh my god.
Gotcha raw.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna keep on getting my, Hold on. I gotta massive... I gotta take care of this little one. I gotta wipe away his dreams and ambitions. Hold on, we got coal here. W. Oh my god! Oh my god. Hold on, gang. Hold on.
At least Wexy has baby zombie skills than Phil's a Minecraft.
True. I know how to... Dude, I know how to deal with them. Guys, how do we not die there? Guys, we were like so close to dying there. Like extremely close. Like super close. Super duper close. There's a lot of iron, not a lot of coal. Coal spotted. Guys, we need coal for torchitas. That's why we need coal. Yeah, I was going AK. Welcome in. Guys, right now we're on a diamond hunt. Diamond hunt. We're gonna be hunting for some diamonds. Guys, I'm anticipating at least 25 diamonds here. At least 25. And then we're immediately going into the nether. I do need coal, though. Like, a surplus of it. We cannot get our backs tucked into the wall, dude.
1 crumb of bread.
What do you mean? You get fed every day, man. You get fed. Dude, I feed you sometimes. Not every day, but, like, sometimes. Pokemon, let's fight. Oh, my God. Pokemon, let's fight for Twitch. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got thing 1 and thing 2.
Pokemon.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. How's it going, Pokemon? I'm just going to call you Pokemon. I'm just going to call you Pokemon, gang. Thank you for following, gang. Freaking rubs your forehead consensually. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I see some diamonds. I see diamond 1, diamond 2, and diamond 3. Guys, I see them. I see them. I see them. I smell them. Get in the pit. 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 Alright, guys. We're going to be in big trouble.
That's fine a lot, just call me Pokemon and I get it. No one wants to read this long user.
It's not like your user is bad or anything, gang. Don't get it twisted. Like, it's all good. We chillin'. Yeah, dude, I'm in hardcore. Of course I am. Of course I'm in hardcore, gang. Alright, guys. It's about to get dangerous up in here. Guys, oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, we're gonna run for our lives here. Let's pray. Diamond 1. Guys, diamond luck inbound. Diamond luck inbound. Hold on. I got 35 torchadas. Just enough. We're lighting up this John. Run for your life. Run for your life. Pray there's not an army of skeletons.
Started a Minecraft
Diamond 2.
world and first village ever had 2 blacksmiths.
He's in hardcore.
W.
5th world, by the way. He's died brutally every other time.
What do you mean? What do you mean brutally? I call them unavoidable deaths. Oh my God. Guys, there's 40 skeletons here. Guys, there's a skeleton doing a 360 on my Guys, this is not good. Hold on, gang. I gotta make this real quick. Hold on.
You got clapped by the warden. Got clapped by the dragon. Got clapped by an explosion.
No, what do you mean? Got clapped. Hey, guys, how can you clap the clapper? If that makes sense.
Is this Java?
You guys going Arnav? Yes, this is Java. Guys, how can you clap the clapper? Because you can't. You can't clap the clapper, dude. I didn't get clapped. I clapped the clapper. Guys, these bony Oz need to leave, dude.
It's called when the predator becomes the prey.
I'm not the prey here. I
Then
can't.
Don't worry about skeletons, but if this was Bedrock.
Bingo.
You hired top-tier assassins? How to clap a clapper. Easy, just put the child rapist on a room where there's a rapist.
That's not what I meant, dude. All right, guys, we gotta take our sweet old time here. We gotta make sure nothing can sneak up on our eye. There we go. Yeah, this is Yava. You guys going Arnav? Welcome in.
How did this go from skeletons to rapist?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. That was a surprising turn of events there.
I mean, like the second rapist like to rape the rapist.
Okay, gang. I get the logic, but let's not go there, man. Let's vibe out, man.
Skeletons does have a boner, so I can confirm it connects.
Oh my freaking god, dude. Get outmaneuvered. Oh my god. Guys, we're not doing well. We're not doing good. Oh my god. Gigavane. Gigavane. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh. 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 I'm like that clip of the dude who's like RPing as a fat guy. Oh, ramen. Hold on. I gotta clear these guys out. And someone mentions
Wexy, give me your diamond luck.
Someone mentions ramen in chat. Dude, I can't give you my diamond luck. Yeah, I was going, David. You gotta earn the diamond luck. Guys, I got a feeling a creeper is gonna be dropping down on my head. Like in any second from now. Low key. Guys, I got a feeling. I got a feeling.
Question? Most stupid meme this year? In my opinion, it's the 6 to 7 meme.
Guys, I got a feeling that's real. Nah, I think like the 6-7 meme is actually not as bad as some of the other ones that have come out, dude. Oh my god, dude. Get your bony out of here. Get your bony out of here, dude. You're not welcome. You are not welcome here. Guys, we're feeling extra juicy today. We got 12 diamonds already in the tank. You know how it is. We're just the greatest of all time. You know. Guys, I'm doing incredible today. How about yourself, man? How about yourself? HBU. HBU, dude. HBU. How about you?
www.
WW.
I'm casually blasting rave music on max volume of speaking at 10:15 p.m. basically the same time as yours, but PM on me and them on yours.
Guys, there's something about like fast-paced rave music that like itches my brain. Diamonds. Guys, we're just the goats. You know how it is. Guys, it just comes easily to me. Am I the LeBron James of finding diamonds? I think I might be, dude. Guys, no cap. No cap. Is that what they say? No, just kidding. Drooping flower emoji? Yes. I was going Ben 10. Oh my god. Guys, we gotta pick up the pace here. Guys, we're gonna get a sub 40 hour, dude. We're gonna get a sub 40 hour, maybe a sub 50. JK, no, Oh my god. Guys, we gotta finish exploring this cave. We got 14 diamond days. How's my day going so far? It's going pretty freaking fantastic, and I hope your day's going better, gang. Guys, maybe we might be able to find an axolotl.
What do you call a dog that knows magic? A. Labracadabrador.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You're so freaking funny. Guys, we got a comedian. We got a comedian, dude. We got a comedian in chain. No way. Guys, I'm rolling on the floor right now. Laughing. Raffle. Are you live on TikTok? No, I'm not. I'm live on Twitch, though. Close enough, right? Close enough, right? Am I right, guys? Close enough? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know, surely this guy has to be live on TikTok, right? Alright, guys, let's go. Let's go. We gotta go caving. We gotta find more diamonds. I'm not satisfied with our haul so far.
He's live on those high-tech Japanese toilet.
I'm live on the Japanese toilet right now. True. Holy heck. Guys, I'm getting back shots from a zombie right now. Get out of here. I don't want that. Dude, why is there so many babies? 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 Why is there so many babies, dude? Why is there so many babies? Why do babies exist? I'm asking the real questions here. I gotta light this John up. I can't have him spawn in. Why do babies? Why do babies baby? Why do babies baby, dude? The one in your profile? Are you talking about my profile picture, gang? That's actually me as a child. That's me as a little tiny man. Yes, I do remember you, Fieldy. I remember the name. Okay, we gotta lock it in. Guys, I wonder what it's like being a zombie. I wonder what it's like. Zombie day. Guys, a creeper's gonna sneak up on me and it's not gonna feel nice. It's not. You were on the live Friday? You know, I bet you were. Guys, I see some diamondes down there. Or is that a creeper?
Nah, that's Wexy when he's on his 50s. Today Wexy is on his 5 million.
Guys, I'm feeling extra strong today. I'm feeling powerful. Giga even. Whoa, the maneuvers, gang. The maneuvers are crazy. The maneuvers are crazy. Look at those diamonds, dude. They were hiding them down here. Oh my god. Is it a giga vein? Please tell me. Please, please, please. Please, dude. Please. Nada, dude. We do got 17 diamondes, though. Still not a bad haul. We should probably make ourselves a new thingy-mabob. We gotta remember to always keep a little bit of birch in our inventory for safekeeping. For another shield. Because our shield's about to break pretty soon. Guys, I'm anticipating at least 25 diamondes before we leave. I'm anticipating. I shouldn't just throw myself at him, dude. Not good. Not good for the health.
When you think about it, the baby photo of you is the oldest photo of you. Mind blown emoji.
Diamande. Truing. Guys, why are creepers so creepy? Can someone do a Harvard study on it? Can someone do a Harvard study on why creepers are creepy? I need that.
When you think of it, you are the youngest person in the world even for a millisecond.
True. True. That's actually true,
Creeper
gang.
is creepy because creeper creepy the creeps.
Creeper creepy the creeps? Guys, why are they doing 360s on my eye?
The reason creepers are creepy is because they have creep in their name.
That's good logic right there. Oh my god. Guys, there was a firing squad waiting for me. Welcome back, Steve-O. We should probably pick up those diamantes before going forward, shouldn't we? Because there's a whole new cave down here, dude. Maybe? Never mind.
Bro got bedrock skeleton on his Java world.
Maybe. Wait. Wait. There's nothing down there. There's nothing down there, dude. I'm not going down there. Are you kidding me? I'm not going down there. Dude, they be doing 360s and shit.
The skeletons must have been told to prepare the firing squad.
Dude, I swear. They be doing 360s and shit. 360s and shit on my A. Guys, I'm just trying to take your diamonds, dude. Don't be upset. I'm just trying to take your diamonds. Now, you could either come... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! Ah! Dog. Come here. Come here. Oh my god. I'm good. I'm safe. I'm good. I'm safe. Guys going to Rame. Welcome in. Welcome in, gang. Welcome in. Hold on. Guys, we're fine. Can we please play? No. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's get these diamantes and dip, dude. From inside the tunnel here. There's definitely more. Oh, yep. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, my God. Guys, the diamond luck is crazy. The diamond luck is crazy. Is it really luck if it's a big cave? I mean, it's not really luck. It's not really luck if it's a big cave, right? It's not really luck if it's a giga cave, right? Does it still count as luck? Thinky. I think it does. Because you can be in a big cave and see absolutely nothing, dude. I think we know. I know what must be done. Guys, I know it must be done. I know it must be done. Is that another lava lake over there? Hold on. Guys, I know it must be done. I know it must be done. You guys going, God, welcome in. Guys, I know it must be done. I know it must be done. We got a bada bing, bada boom this bit. Bada bing, bada boom this bit. Guys, look at this speed run, dude. Insane speed run. Guys, don't we need like 15? How many of these do we need? How many of these do we need, dude? Imagine having to build a trident farm just to bounce off into the void by the trident. Okay, dude.
People call me Special Ed, but my name's not Ed. Also just doing it for a joke, :3.
:3. Yippee, yippee. I believe you, dude. Definitely not real. Just for, you know, jokes aside, dude. Just for jokes. Shiz and giggles is what they might say. Guys, don't I need like 15 of these, dude? Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me, dude. You've got to be kidding me. The lava lake is deeper, dude. -1. Why not get a full diamond set? Well, we probably should, shouldn't we? We probably should, shouldn't we? Well, guys, we're just trying to get some nether material here before we do anything. But right after we get this, we're going to get the full netherite. Well, no, not netherite, diamond set.
The nether is the scariest thing in a hardcore survival world.
No, you're dead, question mark? Dude, I died in the previous world, unfortunately. The clip is coming out. I want to post the clip today, actually. Because it's too good to not post, dude. It's too good to not post. Guys, we need, I think, 14, maybe 15 of these. Yeah, we died in the previous world, gang. It's all good. We can rise up like a phoenix through ashes, dude. Right? Right? We can rise up like a phoenix. Because that's how good we are, dude. We're going to enter in the nether, and we're going to find 3 bastions and 1 fortressy. We're going to find it all, dude.
You only need 10. You can use random blocks for the corners.
Really? Oh. Well, I mean, if that's the case. Cool. Cool beans, dude. Am I the only person in history to ever say cool beans? I think so. Guys, we can almost make some Giga gear here. Giga gear. Hold on. Let's throw some junk away. You know, I got a potato for the potato guy. You guys going Gojo? Welcome in. I got some potatoes for the potato guy. You know, I should probably keep the bones. Don't need those. Need that. Need that. Don't really need those. Need those. Don't really need those. Need those. Alright. Guys, we're Guys, we're cooking with some serious fire here. We need 1 diamond to create some boots. 1 diamond. 1 diamond for some boots, dude. Maybe we should make a... man. Maybe we should make a weapon. Low-key. I think we should. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Had to create a weapon. Had to. Yeah, we're getting some diamondes, dude. Some freaking diamondes. I gotta be locked and loaded. Gotta be vigilant. These diamonds could be anywhere. They can be. They like hiding from me. In the ocean, fight an aqua zombie to get the trident. Oh, I know that, gang. Trust me. Oh, trust me, dude. I know that. Oh, man. Yeah, how's it going, Capybara? Welcome in. Trust me, Gangu. I know that.
Sub to Wexy so I can afford a books, pencil, and school money.
Guys, hear that? Make sure to hashtag subscribe. Make sure to hashtag follow the Twitch and hashtag keep that smile on your face, gang. Hashtag. Oh, look at that. Diamondes.
I've been spending all my morning looking for my glasses, but I'm pretty sure they got Thanos snapped out of existence.
Dude, the dragon got to him. The dragon got to him. Rutro Raggy. Rutro Raggy. They had the Wexy treatment. And freaking got obliterated, dude. Guys, you're making me go paranoid here. You're making me, like, double back. And turn around. I gotta get those diamonds before I forget.
I still have my glasses.
Boom. Boom, boom. Guys, is this a Giga game? Giga game. Giga vein, I mean. It's not a Giga vein. L. Freaking L, dude. Bro, you post that photo. That was creepy with a white mask and Slenderman. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Slenderman guy. Oh,
Don't underestimate me. I drunk 5 bottles of Jack Daniels today.
There's some people that
they were in my covers.
There's some people that would be a flex, gang. I believe it. There's someone out there that's a flex. There's someone. Guys, we're on the hunt for some Diamondes. We're gonna be searching far and wide for them. And we don't really have a home base to call home, dude. Yeah, we don't really got anywhere to call home. We're kind of homeless right now.
My tummy is rumbling like the Minecraft dragon screaming.
You should probably sit on the freaking toilet, gang. You're smelling Diamondes? Dude, I'm smelling them too. The stench is pretty intense in here. I'm smelling some Diamondes hardcore. No Minecraft, get it? Ow. Guys, we're running out of torchadas really quickly, dude.
I guess my shit smells like
Diamondes.
Diamondes.
Guys going Gorgus, welcome in. Your shit smells like Diamondes. What do diamonds smell like? Shit? Skull emoji? Guys, we gotta do some laps here. We gotta be running laps. You know, these Diamondes, they can be anywhere. They can be low-key anywhere, dude. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bada bing and bada boom. Get some torchadas flowing. Oh my god. You need to freaking die. There we go. Guys, they stand no chance against me. Look at this. Diamondes. I was correct.
I wonder what cavemans did to make a whole spaceship out of grass, rocks, trees, and animals.
You know, you're like describing the human race right now, dude. Because we kind of did that. Guys, I'm smelling some more Diamondes in here. Hiding. I'm smelling some more diamantes. I'm smelling them. They smell stinky. Hold on. Hold on. I hear a zombie villager. Hold on. What's in here?
What do you mean we?
Hold
You're
on.
literally a fossil and you still don't know how to kill a warden.
Hold on. Hold on. Guys, we're going deep right now. POV Nutty Putty Cave. Those who know. Skull emoji. Guys, where are we going right now? Where are we going? Oh, man. Oh, man. Guys, where's he going, skull emoji? Hey, yo, skull emoji. Wexy, have you ever beaten the warden? No, and I don't plan on it.
When you think about it, if you see water in a cave, that means Mother Nature's is feeling wet.
True. That is true. Hey, yo. Guys, hold on. Hold the freak on. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? A secret path? No freaking way. Guys, we're about to go in swinging. I'm ready. Come at me. Come at me.
Press Q while holding A the G sword to
me.
turn it into magma sword that deals flame damage.
Really? Wow. No, it doesn't. That is not how it works, gang. Guys, it would be a real shame if a skeleton snuck up behind me right now in this tight space. Hold on, gang. I smell some diamonds.
It works 99% real.
Guys, I smell... Oh, there we go. I smelt them. They were freaking stinking up the place, dude. Guys, they were stinking up the place. I knew I smelt them. Alright, we gotta get them. Hold on. Guys, we're like 1 trillion blocks underneath the ground right now. This is not good. Guys, you cannot be doing that. Guys, you can't... Wexy, turn off X-ray. Dude, I'm not X-raying me. All legitimate. Guys, you cannot be doing that to me. Oh my god. Boom boom. Alright guys. Lock and freaking load. We're going in. We're going in. We're going in. I'm like Neo. From the Matrix. Come at me, gang. Come at me. Watch this. Watch this move. Watch this play. Watch this. Don't ruin it, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, he was trying to knock me into the lava. Oh my god. Guys, when your back's to the wall, what do? You hold your ground. You pump your neck full of adrenaline. Hey, yo, where you going, man? Hey, yo, where you going? Hey, yo, where you going? Then we got a bada bang. You did get my funny you goofy goober. You got my again. Guys, when I'm in mid-combat, you cannot be doing that to me, dude. Wexy, I'll be on Twitch. Hold up. Hey, dude, I'll be... Ain't nothing changing, gang. Guys, we're hunting for some diamondes. That's what we're doing. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Skull emoji. Was I already over here? Skull emoji, I was. I don't see any diamondes. I don't go. I don't go. Wexy, where are the boots? Oh my god, you're right. Guys, you're so freaking smart. Oh man.
What was that record? 4 creeper prank streak?
I think so. New world, yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. A light work. Fumble from ya boy. Guys, one of these times it's going to be real and everything's going to blow up. It's going to be real and we're going to all die together, dude. Being real with ya. Guys, we're trying to hunt for some diamonds right now. I smell some more. I smell some
Blowing
more.
up like the Nether incident.
I smell some more, dude. What happened? A lot happened. Oh my god, man. A lot happened. A lot happened, dude. A lot freaking happened. But we don't gotta worry about it because it's not gonna happen again. Guys, it ain't happening again because we got diamondes we gotta find. Guys, it ain't happening again because we got diamondes. You gotta post the clip. Dude, I will. I will today. Hi! You guys going Lee? Welcome in. Welcome in, guy. Welcome in. Welcome in, guy. Guys, you better believe in me. Guys, you should have 0.
I believe in you, but you need some challenge, lol.
Dude, I'm not gonna blow myself up again. I'm not gonna blow diamonds. Diamond.
Hello.
Diamond Day. Welcome back in, gang. Guys, Diamond Days.
Hello.
Welcome in, Streamlab. Welcome in. Welcome in, May. Welcome in. Welcome me. Guys, we can make a Helmate. Guys, this is huge. Guys, how did I miss those diamonds? They were quite literally right there. How did I miss those diamonds? Wexy, he's saying you're gay? Yeah, what about it, man?
You didn't add the laughing crowd sound.
I know, I didn't add the laughing crowd sound, dude. I'll add it later. I'll add it later, man. I'll add it later. I love Minecraft, says Alice. Alright, guys. I gotta snap my back in half. Hold on. Oh my god. There we go. Welcome in, Alice. Yeah, dude, I added the boom cat. Guys, I might add the gold scar sound effect. Like the gold like the gold chest from Fortnite. Oh my. Guys, I think it might be time to go back up. Low-key. Low-key, we got everything that we need to succeed. Pigman! 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 Yeah, oh my god. Guys.
Bro is adding the audio next year.
Dude, I'm saving it for I'm saving it for Minecraft 3 to come out. I'm saving it for Minecraft 3 and 4. Maybe 5. Guys, I'm saving it. Trust me. Guys, hold on. We got 13 diamondes. I can make a Helmatu. Helmatu coming in. Wow, very shiny. Helmatu? Minecraft 3, 4, and 5? Yeah, dude. You haven't heard?
Pingmin, 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 pingmin,
Pingman! Banco, 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 banco. Banco, banco, banco. Banco, banco, banco.
A GTG, my phone is 1%.
GTG? You better charge that freaking phone, brother. You better charge that phone. If you know it's good for you.
Wexy, 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 wexy.
Hold on, guys. It's ending soon. There we go. What is it, gang?
방크 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 방크
방크
방크 방크 방크 방크.
Guys, we gotta go back up. Guys, I think we go back up. I think we got enough loot. Bro, you should bring pearls to the Underdragon. Hey, dude, I learned my lesson. Guys, hey, you live and you learn, dude. You live and you freaking learn, dude. Right? I learned to always bring ender pearls.
Wexy, but I GTG, my phone's gonna die.
Charge your freaking phone, gang. Guys, what if while digging up we find some diamondes? Wouldn't that be cool? Guys, wouldn't that be cool? Is it really coming? No. Guys, I was kidding about Minecraft 3, 4, and 5. Oh my god. Guys, you can't make this up. Guys, you cannot make this up. Guys.
Creeper, 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 creeper.
Guys, you can't make this up. You know, I said, like, imagine finding diamonds while digging up in this one spot. Oh my. Oh man. Guys, imagine finding diamonds while digging up in this one spot. Guys, imagine finding diamonds while digging up in this one spot. Guys, you gotta charge your phones. That's a demand. It's an order. That's an order, gang.
I know he's using X-ray, I just can't prove it.
I just can't prove it, gang. And you never will. Guys, wouldn't it be funny if there was diamonds in this weird stretch of cave here? Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be kind of hilarious? Hilary-ass? Guys, wouldn't it be funny if there was diamonds in this cave? Right here. Wouldn't that be funny?
My cat loves this song for some reason.
Really? I mean, it kind of scratches the brain. I don't blame your cat for liking it. I don't. Guys, remember, if we see Skulk, we run. We do not mess with Skulk.
Like he literally will get mad at me if I turn it off.
How's it going, gang? How's it going, gang? How's it going, gang? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, gang. Goo. Guys, wouldn't it be funny if there was like diamonds somewhere in this cave? Wouldn't that be kind of funny? Kind of hilarious ass? Wouldn't that be kind of funny? Wouldn't you get a good ha-ha and har-har if there was diamonds in this cave, May? Wouldn't that be kind of funny? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I smell something fishy, dude. Let's go up here. Let's go up. We're going up. Like and sub the stream. Guys, thank you for being my personal ads, dude. For when I'm not there to... For when I'm not there to actively, you know, hashtag subscribe, hashtag follow the Twitch, hashtag like the stream. You guys are there to do it for me. I appreciate you. Unpaid, of course. Unpaid, of course. Unpaid. What if we find Elon's skulk? Wait, hold on.
Subscribe to free us.
Guys, they're not trapped in any type of basement, dude. Don't worry about it. No problem, man. We're your lifesaver. Guys, we gotta make it out of here. We gotta immediately make a portal to the Nether. And we gotta get some blaze rods. Guys, we be speed running before we do anything else. Right? Can I please get out of your basement now, Wexy? No. No, you may not. Guys, we're halfway to 10K. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that cray-cray? Guys, we're halfway to 10K. Us as a community, dude.
We've been in his basement for months. We're starving.
Pats your head? No, you're not. No, you're not. Fake news. Fake news, gang. Fake news. What happened to the last portal?
Already
guys,
going to the Nether? You finna die.
Guys, we freaking blew ourselves up, dude. Isn't that crazy? It was too easy, dude. We found like 40 diamonds in the first cave. And then right after that, we spawned on top of the fortressy without even looking around. Dog, that was way too easy, gang. I need a challenge. Right? Guys, we gotta go back up. Any moment now, we should be there. Guys, this is a Goofy Goober playlist on YouTube. And I think we have the target audience for it.
Suicidal maniac.
What do you mean? Hey guys, should I pick up a pizza today? On everyone's life? On everyone's life, should I pick up some za today? Me thinky. Guys, you're fully responsible for my lunch choices today. You guys going Omar, welcome in. Glad to see you here, Brad. Me thinky. Guys, do you think we're gonna immediately find the fortressy when we spawn in? Post a photo of me eating pizza? Oh my god, dude. You don't want to see me. Dude, I split open like a freaking alien to eat, dude. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. Bro, my mouth goes wah. And I eat it all in one bite. You don't want to
shit.
You don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. Yeah, I was going Kim, welcome in. Yeah, dude. I freaking, like, my mouth extends open like a freaking monster, dude. Same twin. Oh, my. I think you are really an alien. Guys, you never know. Guys, what if my legs don't exist? And like when I stand up, I plug them in from underneath the desk. What if I float wherever I go, but like when I stand up on stream to like go get water or something, I like plug robo legs in, dude. Like what if like you never know. What if I just float everywhere? Bro has a wheelchair. Uh-oh. Guys, we're about to get absolutely obliterated by water. I'm not ready, gang. Hold on, what is this? What is this? What is this, John? Yeah, we plug it up. Yeah, we plug it up. Yeah, we plug it up for the gang. You know how it is. Yeah, we plug it up. Yeah, we plug it up. Yeah, we plug it up. Hold on, guys. We gotta freaking plug this John up now. Yeah, we plug it up. You know how it is. Yeah, we plug it up. Oh my god. You're not plugged up all the way. There we go. Drink the water. You know, I do got water right beside me. Guys, pretty soon we're gonna be watching the entire FNAF lore, dude. I just want to get into the nether first. Guys, pretty soon we're gonna be watching the entire FNAF lore, so I hope you got your popcorn ready, dude. I hope you got your popcorn ready. It's about to get freaky with these Five Nights at Freddy's. I think we're almost there. Any minute now. Hold on. Hold on. Do I get a refresh TT? I think I do.
You're watching it today?
Never mind, I don't got a refresh TT. Yes, I'm watching it today, gang. Yes. We are watching it today. The hour and 20-minute long video, dude. It's gonna be 2 hours by the time I'm done. We're gonna be learning this, John. Oh my god.
Nah, tits is good.
Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. Guys, I hate this, John. I got no popcorn because you never give us food down here. Well, you know what? Your breadcrumb privileges are now extended, dude. I mean, not extended, revoked. Not extended. Your breadcrumb privileges from once a week is now revoked and extended to 2 weeks, dude. That's when you get your next breadcrumb. Right? Yeah. Yeah. You guys are in the basement. Uh-oh. Are we in the desert? Guys? Guys, I think we might be in the desert, dude. Hold on. Where are we? Where are we? Oh my god, we are actually kind of far away.
Does that include us too? We're hungry.
Wow.
Broken heart emoji.
Wowie zowie, dude. Wowie zowie. Jackpot, dude. Holy, hold on, guys. Guys, we're about to get massive together. Are you ready? Are you ready? I hope you're ready.
Zaddy.
Guys, we're almost there. Hold on. We're almost to the nether. Hold on. We're gonna make it right here for now. Alright, guys, let's see where this takes us. Yippee. Yippee, dude. Yippee. Yippee, dude. Yippee. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. He has a birth defect on the very top of the portal, dude. No way. No way. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry about it, gang. Don't freaking worry about it. You good, gang. You good. Alright, guys. Here we go. 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 Gravel.
Guys, prediction. Will he die or survive the nether?
Will I die or survive? You guys decide. Guys, am I gonna get some flint? Flint and steel. Am I gonna get it, dude? Oh, there's one. Huge. Giga. Giga. Gig. There we go. I found a way out of your basement. W. Love to see that. Love to see that. Here we go. 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 All right, guys. Here we go. All right, where are we gonna be? 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 Where are
Sleep
we?
in the nether, bruv.
Guys, we got a booty cheek spawn. Oh, man. Guys, we got a booty cheek spawn. Oh, man. Oh, man. Guys, we got a booty... Guys, we got a booty cheek spawn. Oh, man.
Jump.
Guys, let me just pick this up while we're here. Might as well, gang.
Jump.
Guys, I'm not jumping. I'm gonna pick this up and
Jump.
we're gonna... Guys, we're gonna move the portal. We're gonna travel 1 trillion blocks in the overworld and we're gonna move the portal, dude. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna move the portal. Ruh-roh, Raggy. There's a lot of freaking pig guys. Ruh-roh. Guys, we got a booty cheek spawn. Guys, isn't that crazy? We got the left and right cheek. I might as well pick up an easy level or two while I'm here. Go shopping in the nether. Might as well, you know? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Alright, guys, let's go back. Alright, guys. Yeah, how's it going, Kim?
Cold jump in the lava to warm up.
Alright, guys. Time to go back. Alright, guys. Where is the movie? The FNAF one? You mean like the FNAF, like, storyline, lore movie? I mean, it's not really a movie, but, like, close enough. It's coming pretty soon, gang. Guys, we're gonna get a different 2 hours late there. Hey, guys. It's okay. Guys, this is a good time to... Yeah, this is a good time to freaking... get some food. Get some drinks. Right? Wexy, did you already kill the dragon? Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna...
Have you thought of playing MC music sometimes?
MC music? I like having goofy goober music on in the background while I'm playing this game, dude. I don't know, there's something about it, right? Today's Sunday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. You're correct. Yep. Who's gonna tell Kane? Who's gonna tell Kane? No! Bro. Hey, dude, we spin the block again. Tell me, bro, the Ender Dragon TP'd me into the void, dude. The Ender Dragon TP'd me into the void. That's what happened to my previous run. Yeah, I was going fate. Or fat. Not fate. Alright, guys. Let's travel. Yippee! Yippee! Wexy didn't win. Yeah, that was the one... Dude, he had to use unfair tactics, dude.
Shots, shots, shots.
Yeah,
shots,
dude.
Shots, 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 shots.
He had to use unfair tactics. He TP'd me into the freaking void. Are you dumb? Arguably, yes, dude. Freaking... If you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you know. Knowers know. Skull emoji. Cheat then, dummy. Dude, I can't cheat. Are you kidding me? I can't freaking cheat. I can't cheat, dude. Alright, guys. Let's actually go ahead and traverse across the freaking ocean, dude. Cheat in hardcore, dummy. I can't be doing that, dude. Guys, type 1 in chat if I'm freaking a genie ass. If I'm smart, dude. If I got 3,000 IQ, type 1 in chat. Right? Right? If I got 3,000 IQ, type 1 in chat, dude. Real.
Skull emoji.
Hey, dude. No skull emojis here. Only ones.
Smirking cat face emoji.
Smirking cat face emoji. Okay. That sums my life up, dude. Oh, man. Alright, guys. We're going to travel far, far away from that nether spawn. We're not going to settle for the bare minimum. We're going to wait till we get a good nether spawn. Skull emoji. Okay, man. Okay, man. Okay.
111,111,111,111,111. You're a genie ass.
Guys, I'm a genie ass. Guys, look at me in my freaking blue armor, dude. Look at this, dude. Holy heck. Alright, now what can we find? Can we find anything cool? Can we find anything cool? Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're in a jungle biome. Hold on, hold on. Can I spy with my little eye, see anything cool? Hold on. Hold. Hold. I'm not seeing anything so far. Not seeing anything so far. I see some bamboo. Okay. I'm doing this so I can keep my peepers peeped. Guys, I remember the days where they didn't have swimming in Minecraft. Type 1 if you were here for those days. God. No swimming in Minecraft? What do you mean? Yeah, I was going bruh 44. Wex, Discord call. I will call you. I will not pick up if you call. I will not pick up, gang. Hold on. Gasp. Audible gasp. Alright, guys. Do you think we're gonna get some crazy nether luck by making our freaking portal over here? I think we
That
might...
never existed.
Guys, I think we might get some crazy portal luck here. I sense it in my bones. You know, the Diamond Man senses it. Uh-oh, I gotta massacre someone. Hold on, Carlos. I could say something crazy right now, but you're getting banned, buddy. I can't be saying that. I can't make those jokes. Kill the intruder. Slaughtered. Hashtag killed. Beat the dragon in literally 2 days.
Good job.
Dude, will happen, gang. We gotta get a good nether spawn. We gotta get a good nether spawn, gang. Hold on. Guys, are you proud of me? For finding diamonds and, you know, totally not fumbling. Guys, I'm probably the #1 bag fumbler, low-key. I should rename to I'm Fumbler. Hold on, can we find a village? That would be pretty fantastic if we could. Can we find a village? Hold on, we gotta go to bed. Feeling kind of eepy in game, dude. Feeling kind of eepy in game. Hold on. Yeah. You beat the dragon Friday. It was cool. W. Guys, only 3% of the population have beaten the dragon, dude. Little fun fact. Little fun fact about the dragon. Only 2% of the population have beat the dragon, dude. In Minecraft. Totally true. Not fake. Made up. Story by me. Totally not fake. Definitely true information. Hold on. Yeah, it's going epi. Totally true information. I was going Amy. Alright, guys. I'm thinking... after this hill over here, we're going to make another portal and see where that takes us. We've gotten some pretty good luckata right now. Actually, hold on. I want to do a coin flip. Ooh. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Can we find...
Nerd face emoji.
Guys, I see a village. Nerd face emoji. Laughing till I'm crying cat face emoji. Guys, I cannot believe that exists. The laughing till I'm crying cat face emoji, I cannot believe that exists. 8 diamond tools, yes sir, yes sir. Guys, we're moving forward in the world. We're getting rich together. Hashtag rich together. Hashtag wealthy. Hashtag gives you money. Do the black square emoji? What do you mean? Guys, you little goofy goobers. You little goofy goobers, dude. Alright, guys. This is speedrun roleplay here. So pretend we have no loot. We didn't spawn in to this world. This is a completely new world. Imagine we didn't spawn in with these tools, okay? Right? Completely valid run.
Happy cat face emoji.
Rings bell 40 different times. There we go. Are you smoking? What do you mean, are you smoking? Smoking hot? No. God, I got him, dude. I got him. I got him, dude. Hashtag got him.
Hemi isn't here, but I'll do it.
Hashtag got him. Guys, we're gonna get a lot of bread here. This is huge news for the unemployed. Bro, what's your favorite anime character? I don't have a favorite anime character.
Emoji.
I don't got a favorite, dude. I don't got a favorite. Right now, I'm watching one called like Garachuta or whatever. It's the dude that can turn trash into weapons. That's the one that I'm watching. Oh my god, a cartographer. Oh my god, hold on. Guys, cartographer. Cartographer, I need you. For Mapus. I need him for Mapus. Favorite Goku farm? Guys, what are we talking about? Guys, are we in the same chat with each other? I'm making a Goku farm. Are you vape? No. Guys, vaping is bad for your lungs, dude. I mean, over time. I mean, like, once every now and then, just for funsies. Like, with friends or something. Like, you won't destroy your freaking lungs, but, like, over the span of, like, 50 years, dude, you're gonna be fried. You're gonna be cooked. Cooked. Skull emoji. Cooked. Getting freaking cooked. Skull emoji. Build something? Guys, I'm looking for any type of monuments. Hold on, guys. We'll eat something pretty soon. Hold on. Guys, we got clashing domain expansions in chat. Isn't that crazy? Cocked. Get it, man? Get it? What's my favorite cookie? Have to go double chunk chocolate chip
Don't
cookie.
vape, kids.
Guys, the double chunk chocolate chip cookie. Oh my god. Or a chocolate bip cookie. A boneless...
Skull emoji.
Guys, a chocolate bip bookie or a boneless chocolate chip cookie. Guys, my freaking favorites. Double chunk chocolate chip cookie or a boneless chocolate bip bookie. Next time you go to a restaurant, order that. A boneless chocolate bip bookie. All right, guys, where do we go? Zoinks! Scoob! We're in the nether. Zoinks. Guys, is that the FaZe logo? No freaking way. No freaking way. They were here before me? Is that the FaZe logo? Hold on, let's make it together. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god. FaZe up, man. FaZe up. Oh my god. Guys, this is a booty cheek biome. Sad face emoji. It is the FaZe logo. No way. 1 in a million? No way. No way, guys. No way. No way. No way, man. No way. Holy crying cat face emoji, face sign. No way, guys. Look what randomly generated. No way. No way. Guys, we gotta see if we can find a ghast. A little tiny creature. We gotta see if we can spot him. Guys, this is not the biome I wanna reside at. Not gonna lie. No FaZe emoji. Guys. What the? Guys, this is not where we want to be. Skull emoji. Guys, we don't want to be here. Oh my god. Guys, we don't want to be in this biome. We don't. On jaw. On jaw, dude. We don't want to be here. Guys, everything about this biome is risky. Guys, we're risking it. We're actually risking everything right now. Okay, I just want to make sure I can run. We're risking everything. We're risking we are risking everything right now, dude. We're risking everything. Are you really ready for the nether? No, I'm not. Bro, you can't die. Dude, I won't die. Are you kidding me? Guys, are you ready for the speed bridge? Sick, nasty speed bridging. I'm a freaking goat. You know how it is. Block clutches. Hold on. Guys, I'm definitely not ready for the nether, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Oh, guys, we gotta see if we can freaking find El Fortressy. Oh my god, another FaZe logo, dude, and we got one of the FaZe members here. No way, FaZe logo, FaZe up, dude, and we got a FaZe fan. No way, I want to take you with me. No way, dude. No way. We got a FaZe fan. No way, dude. No way. And another FaZe fan. Come with me. I will save you. Guys, I'm definitely not ready to be in here, but like, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, I'm not ready to be in here. Guys, I'm not ready. I'm not. Guys, I think we're better off just moving the freaking portal, dude. I'm not even kidding you. This is a booty cheek spawn. A booty cheek spawn, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll just run, dude. I'll just freaking run. Bam. El Bozo. El Bozo. Styles on your eye. Styles on your eye. Styles on your eye. Go pick it up! Go pick it up! Pick up the disc! Pick it up! Fine, man. I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. Where did it go? Oh my god. There it is. And we got a gas tier. Gigadub. Gigadub. Giga. Dubarino. Guys, this place is just death. Like, this biome is like doom and despair, dude. It is not good. It's not good for my health. It is not freaking good. Doom, death, and despair. Should I kill this guy? I think I should kill him. Yeah. 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 Oh my god, guys, this is gonna be risky. Guys, this is gonna be risky. Guys, we're better off just moving the freaking thing. We're better off moving it. All right, we gotta make a run for it. Blocks in hand. Okay, all right, we're good. Guys, we gotta dip out of here, man. We gotta move the freaking portal. That is booty cheeks. That is actual cheeks. Actual cheeks, dude. Actual cheeks. Actual cheeks, dude. Actual cheeks. Actual cheeks. Guys, booty cheeks. Booty cheeks. Welcome in HSN and Super. Welcome in. Guys, this is a booty cheek. That was a booty cheek biome, dude. We gotta get a better spawn. We gotta get. Dude, I don't think we're gonna get a better spawn than the previous run. Low key. I don't think we will. Guys, I don't got a dip. We're just switching topic, dude. Towards the end of the stream title, I have watching the entire FNAF timeline live on stream today, dude. And cocked. Guys, we're not dipping. Guys, we're not dipping. We're not dipping. Skull face emoji. Guys, you'll be able to put this on your resume after we get done with the entire ultimate FNAF timeline, dude. The entire timeline. You better take notes, right? You could put this paragraph 1 on a previous experience, dude. On education, too. Every category, you can put, like, different areas of the FNAF timeline, dude, on your resume. Right? Right? Big black circle emoji. Oh, my. Oh, man. Yeah, I was going Salah. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm doing this to get a better understanding of the entire FNAF timeline. Game theory. The FNAF Ultimate Timeline combined. I hope you're ready. Let's watch this on Ultra HD if we can.
Today we end the torment. 19 books, 11 games, 8 whole years, all leading to this moment. The ultimate FNAF timeline is finally complete. The pieces are in place for us. Now all we have to do is put this story of tragedy.
Type 1 in chat if you know the FNAF timeline, dude. Do you know the timeline other than the bite of 87? Do you know the timeline? Type 1 in chat.
Jealousy and loss back together.
Yes.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that feels like a kid revealing the class project that he's been working on all year. Except here, it's the class project that I've been working on for the past decade of my life. This one is big, my friends, and I gotta admit, kind of nervous. I haven't attempted to—
Guys, I only know like 3 different things about the FNAF timeline, dude. I don't know anything else, dude. I don't. I gotta keep it frank. I gotta keep it frank, dude. I don't.
The timeline video on this franchise since 2018. Back in the days when Mike was the crying child, Afton coming back was actually a surprise, and Fazgoo wasn't a phrase I'd ever thought I'd have to utter. But since the last time I did something like this, we've had 3 more massive games, the death and revival of—
Guys, do you want Fazgoo in your life? Do you want Fazgoo in your life? You guys going Amy Rose MC?
The FNAF movie, and more robot kids than you can shake us.
Are we watching YouTube on YouTube? Guys, pretty soon we're going to be watching YouTube on YouTube pretty soon.
Staff bot ads. It is exhausting trying to keep track of this whole franchise, which honestly is why I'm here today. The lore at this point is complicated. It is full of speculation and theory, so to hopefully make it a little easier for everyone and to give us all a baseline to talk about this franchise moving forward into the future, it's time to reveal my current working FNAF timeline. But just before I do, I just want to—
Let me friend you on Roblox? Dog. How about you friend me on FNAF?
Explain a couple of things. First, this timeline is massive. Seriously, it is huge. This thing towers over any video project we have ever done on the channel. But when you look at the totality of this franchise, the story of FNAF really boils down to the story of one man, William Afton. His successes, his failures, his rise to becoming co-owner of one of the most successful restaurant franchises in the world, and his eventual fall to the monsters.
Scott Son. Guys, we got Scott Son in chat.
To create, only to then be reborn in a new digital form later. So sit back, grab some popcorn, or your pitchforks if you're the type to get upset when I say something controversial, and make sure that you subscribe, since this is going to be a video that you're going to want to come back to a few times in order.
Hashtag subscribe, hashtag like, hashtag comment, hashtag follow the Twitch, hashtag don't do anything, hashtag scam.
To fully dissect. Without any more waiting, I present to you the story of a loving, obsessive father who slowly descended into madness and along the way discovered the secret to eternal life. Our story begins not in the 1980s, or even in the 1970s, but all the way back in the 1930s. Oh. It was the throes of the Great Depression, and people were in desperate need of cheap entertainment, especially in Utah, one of the states hit hardest, fourth highest unemployment in the nation, and full of transients. People looking for work in Salt Lake, finding none, and
dude, I forgot Utah was even a state. Is that bad?
Ultimately moving on to find their fortunes out in California. People were tired and they were hungry.
Wait, hashtag scam? No.
But as they traveled, there was one thing that could lift their spirits. A simple roadside attraction called Fredbear's Singin' Show. The ads were plastered all over town, featuring an animated bear drawn in the popular pie-eyed cartoon style for characters at the time. He resembled cartoons like Mickey Mouse, Felix the Cat, Betty Boop.
I didn't know it was that old.
Fredbear's was a place where you could bring the family. And
wait till they see the cave drawings of Freddy Fazbear.
Price, honestly, couldn't be beat. For 50 cents, you could get food and entertainment as you watched the local trained real-life dancing bear perform on stage. Normally, you only got to see dancing bears at large traveling circuses like Barnum and Bailey, where the tickets would go for about $1. That's $1 without food. But this was a smaller show, like the type from the Von Brothers.
Hold on, guys. I gotta break my back real quick. Hold on. Guys, some days I just want to get spring locked. Is that bad?
Or the Robbins brothers, where tickets would sell for just a mere 50 cents. Watching that bear do tricks on stage brought a glimmer of joy at a time when so much was wrong with the world. The simple show would go on for years, bringing happiness to hundreds of travelers passing through looking for a quick meal. But it left a permanent impression on one little boy, capturing his imagination in a way that nothing else had. One little boy named
hashtag kissing my homies goodnight.
Call him William.
Glad you're looking after him,
The bear could dance. It could sing. For decades, William dreamed of recreating that moment of bringing a musical bear to life, but how? William was smart, without a doubt, and he had a keen mind for business, but he wasn't the most creative. How do you make a singing, dancing bear come to life? The best he could do was using rudimentary costumes. We know, based on the retro poster that was hidden in Security Breach, that at least at one point, Fredbear was an actual bear. Dancing bear shows were a real form of entertainment. The only problem is that...
Guys, that reminds me of this crazy Russian dude who befriended a bear, right? It's a giant ass Russian grizzly bear, and they're all like he's playing around with it too, and it's just like, dude, it just has to smell blood one time.
Timing-wise, none of our main characters would be the people in charge of that business in the 30s and a series of pizza restaurants in the 80s without them just being extremely
yummy.
Best case scenario, if Afton's running a singing show when he's 18, that still puts him at nearly 70 when the first pizzeria opens and his murder spree begins. That just doesn't make a lot of logical sense because he doesn't become immortal until his first death in Springtrap. That's why I suspect that Fredbear's Singing Show was either a family business that Afton then carried on to a new generation, or something that he saw as a kid and just wanted to recreate when he grew up. William was inspired by the work of Walt Disney, who throughout the 50s and 60s was pioneering the use of mascot suits throughout his theme park. The big innovation? Suits with 5 fingers. This allowed the performers wearing the suits to use their natural arms and hands to interact with the guests, as opposed to the older models where the arms would just hang limply by their side.
If so dangerous, why friend-shaped? Well, I mean, they're friend-shaped because they're actually friends. Go and pet them. Go and pet him, dude. Go and pet him.
Finally, with a simple mascot suit, he would be able to realize his childhood dream. He would be able to bring Fredbear to life. To appeal to the kids, and for copyright reasons, he changed Fredbear from a realistic brown animal to a cartoonish yellow bear with a purple hat and bow tie. But feeling like one character wasn't enough, he added another friend, a yellow rabbit with a purple vest and...
Guys, do we have any updates on the animatronic building guy? The dude that built like animatronic legs, and he's building the upper torso pretty soon, or he's already done the upper torso. Any updates on that guy?
Matching tie named Bonnie the Bunny.
Hashtag end the clanker.
His first love, Bonnie was extra special because that was his. It was an original character that he had created from scratch, and I do mean...
He got eaten, Wexy. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
scratch. William's hand-sewn costumes were rough, with seams and stitches visibly showing. It's a handcrafted suit. You can see the seams
Ew,
in
yucky.
everything. It even has 5 fingers for the performer's hands. It is very much not a Springtrap suit. This is something much more rudimentary. It came at a time before animatronics were a part of the story. That's why I suspect that it was actually the first, predating literally everything. It's also a suit that is very personal to have.
I can't do that, Jen. I'm sorry.
Consciousness in that form. It's his personal avatar. It's the way that he sees himself. There's also a whole separate...
Guys, this freaking suit isn't hashtag scary. I gotta say it. Bum, bum, bum. The Springtrap suit is scary.
discussion to be had here about the habits and rituals of serial killers. So the fact that he's choosing to lure...
Actually, never mind. It can be a little scary. Hold on.
...kids and kill them in this particular suit actually says a lot about his emotional...
Hashtag eat William Afton. Noted.
...attachment to it. So, well...
Can we get that hashtag going on, like, Twitter?
Fredbear seems to have started as someone else's creation. Golden Bonnie was uniquely Williams, giving him a personal connection. And that's not all. In this whole franchise, only one set of characters have themselves 5 fingers, the Nightmares. Even Golden Freddy, Fredbear, was a 5-fingered wearable suit at one point in the story, as we see in this shot from the graphic novel, before he, like everyone else, was turned into an animatronic. This seems to imply that...
Wait, who's Golden Freddy then? Wait, who's Golden Freddy? Is Golden Freddy a kid? Or is Golden Freddy like a worker?
All of the main characters had similar wearable mascot outfits, at least at one point in time.
And why is Golden Freddy so powerful?
And that whoever is having the FNAF 4 nightmares, if they even are nightmares,
Welcome back,
those
Gojo.
mascot suits specifically. Bonnie and Fredbear would perform on stage to small but enthusiastic crowds. Finally, he was able to deliver fantasy and fun to all the kids, delighting and inspiring them in the exact way that he had been delighted and inspired so many years ago. Afton, despite eventually falling to become the heartless serial killer and mad scientist that we know him as, began as someone with good intentions and a love of entertaining kids. He wanted to bring things to life
Or did
from
it
the
all
very
go wrong?
beginning, a theme that recurs a lot for him throughout the rest of the...
It was a kid named Cassidy. Oh, where did it all go wrong, dude? Where did it all go wrong?
Franchise. And things could have ended there. That could have been the end to his story. It could have been perfect had it not been for one thing. Other people saw the success of his idea and they wanted in. Enter Chica's Party World, a rival restaurant starring performing animal characters. His idea, except they did it better. William may have been the first, but obviously he wasn't the best. It hurt the prideful William Afton to admit it, but this restaurant was able to do the thing that he always wanted to do. Make the animals actually come to life. All of the performers in this restaurant were robots, simple metal skeletons that were powered by battery packs, but all of them able to freely turn and talk and dance on their own, no human required. It was like magic. Magic that came from the mind of a brilliant creator named Henry Emily.
Dog, I saw a breakdown on how heavy the Fun Time, like was it like Fun Time Foxy or Fun Time Freddy? I think it was from Help Wanted. That game, on how heavy those MFers are, dude. On how heavy those MFers are. Like 250 to 350 pounds. 100. Like, dog. 350 pound, 6 foot tall animatronic running at you. You can't do any. You can't knock that down, dude. That's a linebacker coming at you.
This Henry, in some small way, had been able to harness the power of life itself. Afton admired him. He was jealous, to be sure, but he also looked upon this man with awe. Off to one side of Chica's...
Did I say linebacker or linebacker?
Party World was a small cabaret stage featuring an elephant magician. On the other, a hippo known to ramble on and on. That one was more of a joke for the parents, but it was the main stage that was for the kids. A rocking band of characters featuring a yellow chicken thing with a southern drawl named Chica, backed by a band of other country-themed characters, including a pig with a banjo, an upbeat frog from the local swimming hole, and a brown bear with a heavy southern accent. Wait. A bear? But bears were his animals. Why not a cow or a horse? Something to fit the country theme a bit better. Why'd it have to be a bear? And adding insult to injury, they had the nerve to call this thing Ned Bear, a direct copy of his own Fredbear.
Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark.
I've suspected that the mediocre melodies played a much more important role in the story than just being a bunch more animatronics to fill out the roster. Especially Ned Bear, which is just so suspiciously close to Fredbear. And yet...
So he had competition. So that's why he started killing kids.
There are
It
two
all
key
makes
details that we're
sense
going to have
now.
to justify with any mediocre melodies mention. One, they're very
all makes
rudimentary with
sense.
external battery packs, implying that they come very early in the timeline. And two, we know that at minimum, Mr. Hippo does eventually become an official member of the extended Freddyverse. But if these things are supposed to be cheap, generic ripoffs,
Is this
why would
Five
you be trying
Nights
to
at
rip off
Diddy?
yourself?
No,
You wouldn't.
dude.
You would be stealing someone else's ideas. So if Afton created Fredbear, there would have to be some rival franchise. The only other person who would likely be ripping him off, Henry. We've talked
Now, how does
extensively about
Five Nights at iShow Speeds correlate into the lore?
how the mediocre melodies are clearly Henry's design aesthetic, so it just has to be him. I don't think Henry's doing this maliciously. He doesn't strike me as the type. He was likely building the robots at the orders of someone else that was running a rival restaurant franchise. But that's enough motivation to start Afton down a path of jealous rivalry, but also begrudging admiration. As the Freddy Files
What
Ultimate
the
Edition
hell?
says, it's important to revisit the beginning of Henry and William's relationship, so here you go. I think this is where it begins. Also, this is future Matt Pat here coming back to add this one in. Seems like the recently released character encyclopedia has backed up all of this speculation. I've had this timeline written for about a month now, but I've also been holding off a bit to see what wrenches this character encyclopedia might throw into it. And on this particular point, I gotta say, it seems like we might actually have nailed it. They actively call out the suspicious similarities to the main Fredbear crew. Quote from one of the pages, Ned Bear looks like an imitation, altered just enough to avoid copyright issues. I don't know about you, but that seems to imply that we were right on the money. Knowing all of this, at one point the franchises had to have merged. That's really the only way that you get Mr. Hippo from the rival franchise as part of the Fazbear crew. This
So when do they start killing kids?
also mirrors a lot of what happened in the real-life history of Chuck E. Cheese, with two rival restaurants, each with their own casts of characters, merging to become one unified brand. Again, we've gone into that in detail with other videos, just wanted to remind you all of that here. But why would I call out the rival restaurant as being named Chica's Party World? Few things, actually. First, we know for a fact that a location named Chica's Party World exists. Yippee! It is mentioned in the source code teasing sister location, so it is out there somewhere and doesn't fit cleanly anywhere. Second, in the story
Bro, isn't that what William Afton did, dude? He freaking sacrificed kids to like animatronics, dude. Put their souls inside.
The puppet carver, Chica is very explicitly looped in with the book.
No, I meant like the shit like in game. Like in game, dude. In game. In FNAF, dude. Not in real life, silly Billy.
Versions of Pig Patch and Ned Bear, implying that she started as a mediocre melody. Thirdly, her design just fits better with a theme of down-home country animals with southern accents playing the banjo and eating with bibs. And with her being the headliner of the show with her name on the restaurant, it would make sense then that when the restaurants merged, she was the one that was added to the main cast of characters while all the other mediocres faded away. It's also why when Freddy's closes after William's killing spree, she's the one to branch back off into her old franchise and is therefore missing in sister location.
Oh my god.
That's
So that's sister location, not Help Wanted. Help Wanted is like you're dying in that too, but like
bothered me for years at this point. It might also explain why William decided to stuff his first dead kid into Chica. That one was Henry's creation, not his. Afton's jealous admiration turned to hardened bitterness. A bitterness that would only grow over the next couple of years as families continued to choose Chica's Party World over Fredbear's.
guys, what FNAF game do you think you'll survive? I don't think any of them. I don't think any of them. If you're going into that blind, you can't respawn, gang. You can't respawn.
William just couldn't compete with the appeal of the robots. Eventually, his restaurant would go bankrupt, only to get bailed out by, of course, Henry.
Hashtag the bite of 87.
Another humiliation that William wouldn't soon forget. 1979. Despite being bitter, Afton
Guys, we're almost there. About 10 more years and we're almost there, dude.
couldn't deny that what came next was a period of massive success and expansion. With the two franchises now merged into one, it was the best of both worlds. Afton's
Hashtag
ideas
the
with
bite of
Henry's robotic
67.
expertise. The two men decided to launch under a new name, Fredbear's Family Diner, a pizza chain that would eventually come to feature a mix of humans in performing suits as well as on-stage animatronics. They decided to stick with Fredbear as the headliner, considering the yellow bear was easily identifiable as a brand and because he was the original performing animal mascot. Afton appreciated that. This new restaurant would also see a mix of characters as the two franchises merged into one, with Pig Patch and Happy Frog performing right alongside Fredbear and Bonnie. And as part of this one big Fredbear
Bye-bye, gang. Bye-bye, gang. Lee. I don't know why that chat just now came in, gang. It's like delayed. I gotta refresh my chat, gang. Bye-bye, Lee.
Her family, they even got themselves
Don't get spring locked now. I need you for tomorrow's stream.
official merch that were released, ranging from masks to magnets.
The crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet?
Sorry, Gregory.
That said, not all the characters were winners. The reception to some characters was just mediocre, so they faded away into the dumpster, storage units, and retro budget tech stores of lost nostalgia, waiting for their chance to step back into the limelight if and when a headliner went out of commission. Others, though, would fare much better, like a new Pirate Fox, as well as a blue guitar-playing variant of the Yellow Bonnie Bunny. Ultimately, the franchise would get so big, it would spawn its own cartoon.
Bro, there's some like Joy of Creation games that are free roam and you can hear the animatronic sprinting at you and everything looks realistic. That is my worst nightmare, dude. When you can hear and he's running at you at full speed and you can't see a single thing. Oh my God.
Show, Fredbear and Friends. Business was booming. In the end, Fredbear and Bonnie's popularity would be so strong that they would be able to support the Fredbear's Family Diner franchise all on their own, while also spinning off a new sister location dedicated to their friends. In 1983, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza launched, giving a dedicated home to all this new supporting cast of characters. Chica the Chicken, Bonnie the Blue Bunny, Fox.
Guys, you think Gojo will win against the FNAF gang? You think Gojo will win against the FNAF gang, dude? Do you think Gojo's getting spring locked in this one? That's a weird combination. that's a Gojo's winning. I don't know, man. I don't know.
See the pirate, and of course the headliner, a brown Freddy Fazbear. Business was good, and Afton was happy, mostly. It did bother him that the one original character that he
domain expansion Infinite Void. God damn. Just like shoot them into a black hole.
created, the one that he himself played, Golden Bonnie, got passed over for inclusion in that cartoon show. The only character in the roster of regulars to get ignored for the show, but other than that, things were going smoothly. He had himself a wife, 2 sons, a daughter. He had a thriving business.
Oh my God,
and best
dude,
of all, he was able to learn the craft of robotics from the man that he...
Bro, should I cosplay as the, like for Halloween, should my Halloween costume be like the kid with the Foxy mask? Bro, I just gotta wear a black tank top and like get like a red Foxy mask, dude. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the Halloween costume.
both loved and hated Henry. Together, they were constantly pushing the limits of what these characters could do. Because it was quick and easy, new characters introduced...
Hey, yo, hashtag furry. Bro's not beating the allegations, dude.
...into the roster would be given a simple hand-sewn suit with 5 fingers that any performer could wear. Eventually, Henry would design one of his signature animatronics for that character, utilizing a divided mouth with either a hinged or sliding jaw design.
Yo! Thank you for the squirrel cup. Man, you gave me the squirrel cup, dude. You gave me the squirrel cup when I said hashtag furry.
This was the first generation of animatronics. But why stop there?
I appreciate you, gang.
Afton had big ideas. What if the animatronics weren't just locked to the stage, but could freely roam the restaurant and interact with the kids? What if his mascot suits could become animatronics? What if you could use more than just rigid metallic skeletons? Why not experiment with tubes and wires that would give the
If Freddy running full speed at Gojo, would he die? Oh, hold on, gang. All right, guys, I'm back. I had an emergency call there.
Animatronics' fluidity and flexibility while still providing structure. The possibilities for this technology were
Moshi Moshi.
endless. Afton fell in love with robotics. He had started with a dream of bringing one simple singing bear to life, but with robots, he had stumbled across the tools that gave him the ability to control life itself. And thanks to Henry, he was practically speedrunning his way to an engineering degree. And while William wouldn't admit it out loud, one other thing that kept pushing him forward was the desire to beat his former rival, to prove himself smarter and more capable, to surpass the man who everyone else considered to be a visionary genius. But pride cometh before the fall, and tragedy was about to strike.
Oh no. Guys, the Afton era. This is where it all went wrong. This is where it all went wrong, dude. It all went south here.
1983, business was booming with two whole restaurant franchises running, Fredbear's Family Diner and the newly opened Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Together, William and Henry had been able to take the hybrid suit idea and make it into a reality. They called their new invention the Springlock suit, and fittingly enough, it was symbolic of the partnership between these two men, a human suit as designed by William that could become a freestanding Henry-style robot. But because it was still new tech with kinks to work out, the rollout was limited, restricted only to the Fredbear's Family Diner location. All of this meant that William was busier than ever. He didn't have time to be a full-time parent, so he designed a nanny cam system where cameras and speakers were hidden throughout the neighborhood, as well as in his youngest son's favorite toy, Psychic Friend Fredbear.
Wait, so bro was peeping on the neighborhood. I never knew that. wait a minute.
I mean, plushy Fredbear. But since cameras just weren't enough to raise a kid, he also left childcare duties to his eldest son.
Guys, are we freaking yapping about if Gojo will win against Freddy Fazbear? That's not even a question.
Michael. There was just one problem with that. Michael was far from the best babysitter. He tormented his younger brother by jump scaring him with a foxy mask and constantly left him behind. William watched all of it from his cameras. Kids would be kids. Tomorrow was another day, after all. Except Michael's torment didn't stop. Bitter, angry thoughts would run through Michael's mind. Why did he have to be the one to take care of this whining crybaby all the time? It just wasn't fair. It was
the bite
time
of
that
87
he got even with
incoming.
his brother by playing the ultimate prank. A prank that just so happened to be on this crying child's birthday. He and his friends would take his scared little brother and make him do the one thing that he was terrified of doing, getting close to the animatronics.
Oh,
that would be
no.
embarrassing for the kid that was such
Wait, is he Freddy? Wait, no, is he Golden Freddy? Wait a minute. Is he Golden Freddy? Hold
an
on.
embarrassment to him. His brother
It's all
squirmed,
making sense
screamed,
now.
kicked, and fought, but just as they were putting that small, squirming boy
Guys, here we go. Here we go. It's gonna happen. Legendary moment in history.
up to Fredbear's lips, the mouth snapped shut. The sensitive spring locks inside the body had been triggered by the boy's movements, and they'd immediately clamped down. The wriggling stopped. The boy went limp, but it was just a prank. It was meant to be funny. The boy was
The bite of 87.
taken to the hospital and was immediately given an IV. Flowers and pills filled the nightstand next to his hospital bed, but the damage was too severe. He couldn't recover. As the younger brother's consciousness began to fade, he could hear Michael's last words, a small and flimsy apology. But his father, Williams, through the voice of the Fredbear plush, were a firm and committed promise to a dying son. You're broken. I will put you back together. This would not be the end. No matter what, Williams' son would live again. It would just take time. Time that, right now, he just didn't have. His young son's heart flatlined as the boy faded into the inky unknown of the afterlife. In the aftermath of the tragedy, changes started happening around the restaurants. Kids were now required to wear security wristbands to prevent anyone from getting outside without parental permission. Any kid who approached the exit without permission would have to answer to the security puppet, a marionette on strings that could fly around on rails across the restaurant to stop.
Wait, that was the security puppet? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Wait.
Stop kids in their tracks. It was William.
Wait. Wait, whoa. Wait, hold on. The marionette was the wait. I thought that was
William's idea, inspired by Michael constantly leaving the restaurant without his brother. In the wake of Fredbear's Springlock failure, all the hybrid suits were getting retired, locked away at the nearby Freddy Fazbear location. It was yet another tough pill to swallow after all the hard work that he and Henry had put into them. William would eventually bury the boy's small body.
Why are we watching Matt Pat yap about FNAF? Well, I mean, like, this is a learning experience for me and probably you, right? This is serious stuff taught in Harvard classes, right?
in a remote location out in the woods right alongside his drive into and out of work every day. The death of this little boy sent the family spiraling. His wife, crippled with grief, was so distraught that all she could do was sit and watch TV. But his son Michael was far worse, complaining of seeing
Wait, was the wife stuffed into a suit? I guess we'll find out pretty soon.
hallucinations of a golden bear standing outside of his window. The boy was so racked
William
with guilt
has
that he was
feelings
convinced
and
that he was
empathy?
being haunted by the ghost of his brother stuck inside the suit that took his life. The suit's three-toed feet digging into the wet earth. The words, "It's me," ringing through Michael's ears. Some nights, Michael would even go so far as to break out of his room to check the gravesite and ensure that his brother was still there. As for William himself, he disappeared into his work and his drinks. Junior's, the local bar, wasn't far from his son's gravesite. He found himself going there more and more frequently, spending longer and longer amounts of time there. The bar gave him a place to think, to remember, to reflect and stew on how Henry had stolen his idea for an animal-themed restaurant, how they'd cut his character out of the cartoon when everyone else was there, how Henry had humiliated
This is when it all started. This is when he started killing kids in FNAF.
him by buying him out of bankruptcy. And now there was his son. Henry had taken his son from him. The robotic part was the part that
Oh, damn, FNAF lore? New FNAF fan? Oh, no, I knew about FNAF for ages, dude, but, like, I never gotten deep in the lore.
failed after all. William ordered one more drink, but it was one too many. The bar turned him out and told him to go home. But William didn't go
Because it's spooky month. This is the best time to learn about it.
home. Drunk and angry, William raced back to the restaurant to give Henry a piece of his mind, only to find someone else waiting. Henry's daughter, Charlie, locked outside of the building, bullies laughing at her through the window. Fine, some other problem to fix. But then Afton got an idea.
Bro, purple guy driving a purple car is probably the most legendary thing ever. I wouldn't have thought he drove a purple car. Is that in the lore too?
A beautifully awful idea. This was his chance to get back at the man that had humiliated him all those years ago. Henry had killed his business, and now Henry's robotic suit had killed his son. It was time for William to do some killing of his own. Let Henry feel what it's like to have something you love get ripped away. While parties continued inside the walls of the pizzeria, William attacked Charlie in the back alley. It felt good. He felt free. The years of resentment and bitterness trapped in his heart finally released in a moment of pure unapologetic evil. He would make Henry hurt like he hurts.
This is where it all went wrong.
Moment, William became a killer. He dropped Charlie's lifeless body and drove home, forced to confront his family problems later that night. Appalled, but also a little excited by what he had just done. Charlie's death would remain on the books as a random act of violence. And though Henry had suspicions about William,
you know, I gotta learn the FNAF lore from the greatest theorist of all time to say it, right?
there was no physical evidence, nothing that could link him back to the crime. In the weeks that followed, Fredbear's Family Diner would close for good. 2 high-profile deaths around the restaurant with 2 grieving owners in such a short period of time was just too much bad press to handle.
Guys, do you think his socks were purple?
Besides, Freddy Fazbear's was still open, and it was the newer restaurant anyway. All the equipment from the diner, including the old yellow suits and security puppet, would get retired to that location, and there they would sit for 2 uneventful years. The rest of 1983 and 1984 were spent quietly grieving. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and the new cast of characters were a hit. Tragic memories of their yellow predecessors quickly faded. Afton kept a low profile and buried himself in work and research, quickly reaching Henry's level of engineering and even surpassing him. And while Henry slowed down to grieve, Afton kept...
So he's like evil Tony Stark, pretty much. He's evil Tony Stark, pretty much. Does this mean he rivals Thanos?
Going, even starting his own company, Afton Robotics, for all those pet projects that were a little bit too experimental for the regular operations of the pizzeria. The first of these experimental projects...
Wait, yes? Wait, this changes everything.
Was a secret workshop under his house, a veritable bunker, which allowed him to work while still monitoring his kids via hidden security cameras. 1983. A passcode that served as a constant reminder of why the cameras were so important, why he was down there in the first place. This was all
the purple drink, the purple man. Hold on, guys. The lore.
To fulfill the promise that he had made to his son, right? I will put you back together. This was for him. All for him, right? But cameras weren't enough. He needed to solve the runaway Michael problem. He had to keep him in the house. He couldn't have another one of his kids wind up dead inside of an animatronic suit. So why not run a little experiment?
Wait, actually, like, Does it say in the lore, like, how the heck he gets souls in those suits, or does it just magically happen? He just stuffs them in there. There you go. Does he do like a seance or something crazy?
On Michael. You see, all this work with Henry had gotten Afton to start learning more about life, robots, the human mind, and what a fallible machine we as humans were. Our reality is so easy to manipulate with a few sensory deceptions. Deceptions like sound. With just a few sounds, he had discovered that he could alter a person's vision. He could transform blank, smooth, plastic robots into lumbering, twisted nightmares.
He played Dark Souls. William Afton was a gamer, dude. Clearly, it was in the lore, dude.
Far scarier than he could create with actual materials. They would appear organic, rotting, putrid, terrifying. These would be his means of keeping his son Michael in the house where he belonged.
What?
Was it extreme? Maybe. But then again, this was the boy who had killed his son.
Bro, that's some crazy babysitters there, dude. You have like withered everything coming at you. You have Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Foxy, like Nightmare Golden Freddy, like dog. Just to keep your son in the house? What? He has a purple gaming chair.
Where he belonged. Was it extreme? Maybe. But then again,
yeah,
this was the boy who had killed his son. He would make him sorry. And so Michael would grow up not only dealing with the memories of his own guilt, the hospital room, the pills, the flowers, the death of his brother, but also facing literal nightmares, illusions created by...
Yeah, we gotta keep him in the house, so let me release Hellspawn inside the house.
Sound. Michael would never forget these either. Years later, as a security guard, he would still draw pictures of them inside of his logbook. But all of these extra projects meant that his home life suffered even more. He was an absent father and a non-existent husband, leaving his wife cold and alone.
Why do you hide inside your walls when there is music in my halls?
The lore
is an empty room, no more joy, an empty tomb.
And despite her repeated demands that he leave his office and engage with the family,
he has a purple desk and a purple house. Okay, guys.
See, he refused time and time again, leaving her no choice but to leave.
You burned down my house?
You call that a house? It was like a morgue in there. You need to see your son.
The baby isn't mine.
Well, how's this? I'm keeping the diamond ring.
And through it all, there was one lingering...
Bro, the wife was kind of bad, though. Why he fumble?
Baby isn't mine.
Well, how's this?
Wait, no. Oh, okay. That's not actually him. I don't think.
I'm keeping the diamond ring.
And through it all, there was one lingering feeling. William wasn't done. He had gotten a taste of what it felt like to be unleashed, what it felt like to be free. Charlie's murder had unlocked something in him, and he wanted more. June 26th, 1985, putting on the golden Bonnie suit, he lured children one by one to the back room of the pizzeria when no one was looking. At first, he was cautious. He would lure them with promises of cake and cookies. He told them that their dog had died. He would ask for help with homework. Susie was the first. You never truly forget your first.
I was the first. I have seen everything.
But where to hide the bodies? He couldn't sneak out. Someone would see him. He had to hide them in a place where they'd never be found and where they'd never leave the building. They had to be stuffed inside of the suits. No one maintained those things anyway except for him. And so Susie would go into Chica. Fritz, Jeremy, and Gabriel would come next. But it was easy. It was too easy. And with each little life he snuffed out, his lies got bigger. Their house was burning. They're just being kidnapped. Until the last one where all pretense was off. He let himself get violent. Too violent.
I'll just wait for him after school, throw a bag over his head, hit him with a shovel, and drag him into the back of my car.
The body of Cassidy was far more bloody and broken than any of the others. He'd let himself go too far. That one he shouldn't have killed.
That wasn't William. That was a show about some vampire? Okay.
With no more active animatronics left, he shoved the
lore
body into the one suit that remained backstage. The long-forgotten yellow Fredbear, now broken and discolored with age. Broken, like Cassidy was broken, like his son was broken. Newspapers reported on this disappearance, naming the whole thing the missing children's incident. Police would even charge William with the crimes after finding
the purple house fire. Okay, gang.
Security footage of the golden mascot suit luring kids to the back, but they couldn't convict him. They had no bodies, and his face had been hidden behind the mascot suit the entire time. What they had was circumstantial at best, and so he walked away a free man. But Henry knew the truth. In these murders, he saw his daughter Charlie all over again, so he threw Afton out of the company and shuttered the doors to the old pizzeria. Henry would keep the franchise quiet for 2 years. This would not happen again. This could not happen again. How could he protect the kids? Finally, he developed a solution. He would implement an even more extreme security system in the form of new animatronics. Toy animatronics, inspired by the toys that they had been selling years ago. But these guys,
hey, Toy Chica,
were special. They were a new breed of robot with facial recognition ability.
Facial recognition, eh?
But most importantly, they're all tied into some kind of criminal database so they can detect a predator a mile away.
All the original animatronics, now withered with age, were moved to the new location. With a plan in place, it was time to try once more. The year was 1987, and the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was making headlines in local newspapers. Headlines that just so happened to catch the attention.
What stops the animatronics from just leaving, dude? Just freaking leaving.
Of William Afton. Freddy's was back, and without him, that was his idea, his character. Henry was, yet again, trying to cut him out of the picture. No, as long as these restaurants stayed open, William would always come back. Then he noticed the phone number to apply at the bottom of the
code.
$100 a week to apply call. Afton would go back, not as an owner or co-founder. He would go back in the one place that they would least suspect him, a lowly day shift security guard. And there it was, buried in the back of parts and services mixed in with the old withered animatronics was the golden rabbit. With the yellow security badge still on his chest, he used his crank to pull open the spring locks. It was
Guys, I don't think a spirit can be programmed, gang.
time for Bonnie to give an encore performance.
Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. From what I understand, the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, you know, especially concerning any previous employees. When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. A position just became available.
1987, 5 more kids. He didn't know what felt better, getting back into the suit after 2 long years of waiting, or knowing how devastating this would be to Henry the next morning. He didn't even try to hide his crime this time, just meant more blood on Henry's hands. He'd failed to protect the kids again. The restaurant had only been open.
Your mom says hi. Hi, Jen, Mom.
For a few weeks, but William was sure that this would get it to close. Good, if he couldn't have Freddy's, no one would. Whenever a new pizzeria opened, he would be there. But as he sat in his bunker, something else started to linger in William's mind. He had seen something strange. The old withered animatronics, they had been wandering around the building, spurred on by the puppet. It was almost like those old robots were trying to save the kids.
Noted, lazy.
Save them? They couldn't, obviously, but still, how were they moving? It was almost like they had been given life somehow. Did he have something to do with that? The following day, the news would report a security guard getting bitten by one of the animatronics during the day shift. Was that bite meant for him? William's curiosity was stronger now than his bloodlust. He had to learn more, but how? There was no way he'd ever be able to get inside another Freddy's pizzeria. Heck, there was practically no way a Freddy's would ever open again. He needed to create something new, something brand new. He needed to create his own pizzeria.
Due to the massive success, and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set, no pun intended, for another contender in children's entertainment.
Circus Baby's Pizza World. This would be the place where
the scooper.
He could continue his work, no longer just murdering.
Those who know, skull emoji.
Experimenting. He needed more kids, and he needed them alive. And knowing that he couldn't show his face on the restaurant floor, he needed a way of remotely capturing his victims and preserving them for his work. With that goal in mind, he designed a new breed of animatronic. Their endoskeletons fluid and flexible. He equipped them with sound lures that could mimic voices. They could isolate children. They could incapacitate and contain them with zero direct input from him. It was brilliant. He was brilliant. Far beyond the simple bars and wires of Henry's design. And the characters he chose for this were uniquely his. His new roster wasn't going to be tainted by Henry's disgusting barnyard bird. Instead, it was back to his characters, his creations, Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, as well as 2 special ones. The first, Ballora, was an homage to the woman who left him. Now she would never leave him again. The second, the titular baby, was designed with his baby in mind, Elizabeth, his youngest child. She would always be Daddy's little girl, the one that listened to him, the one that...
So did he kill like all the people? Like the wife, and also like the kid, and also like everyone.
Obeyed until the day that she
maybe he did deserve it.
Why won't you let me play with her? Didn't you make her just for me?
Here we go.
The day before Circus Baby's Pizza World opened, she disobeyed. She didn't listen. Left alone with Baby, she got too close. The animatronic ripped in half and swallowed her whole. A scared and confused child fading into eternal darkness. By the time Afton found her, it was too late. She was gone. He immediately canceled the launch of Circus Babies under the guise of a gas leak. But wait, as he sat there at the foot of the stage, he noticed that something was...
These new robots seem a bit confusing and out of place in the timeline since the 1800s to 1900s, but I don't know. Oh, it wasn't the 1800s. It was early 1900s.
It's different.
We're in the late 1900s right now.
Eye color of
the purple kid eater. I don't think they're purple.
Robot had changed. Baby had been built with blue eyes, but now they were emerald green, the same color as Elizabeth's. Was she in there? Could this all be connected to the free-moving animatronics that he had seen at Freddy's? He had to know more. His mourning turned to excitement. He had to return to where it all started. 1993. Pathetic. This place was pathetic. Henry had clearly tried to reopen one final time with those old original animatronics from so long ago, but Williams' damage to the brand had been permanent. These things stank of death. They hadn't been washed in decades. But even if they had, nothing could wash away the stink of
the stinky animatronics
murder that haunted these halls. One night, then another, then another. William repeatedly snuck into the old broken restaurant to lure the living animatronics to him, one by one dismantling them, robbing them of their endoskeletons. The metal had to be the secret. It had to contain the remnants of life itself. But he had to know for sure. Leaping out of a room that was invisible to the animatronics programming, he dragged the oversized robotic skeletons back to his underground workshop, back to where Circus Baby watched on with glowing, curious eyes. Eyes that somehow felt alive. Not knowing what else to do, William melted the robotic parts down.
But hey, it's just a theory. It's a game theory. Absolutely, dude. And why didn't the animatronics not do anything?
5 animatronic endoskeletons reduced down to one silvery puddle of goo. Could he transfer this living
the purple goo?
Metal to his own creations? He had to try. He picked up a syringe and filled it with the molten metal and injected the goo into Funtime Freddy's twisted, wiry endoskeleton. And suddenly the coils came to life. Like snakes writhing in a pile, what had once been cold, lifeless metal moved and jolted on its own. He'd done it! He had unlocked the secret to life itself. Except something was clearly wrong. The movements were erratic. They were violent, angry. Baby didn't act this way. She had been calm, collected. This was clearly something else.
It's probably gray. Nah, it's purple.
Something mindless and frantic. Perhaps by mixing the souls and then portioning them out, he had created incomplete beasts. He would need to keep testing to truly understand it. He needed more of this remnant. As he searched the old pizzeria one more time for any remaining scraps of metal, the ghosts attacked. His past victims come to collect their due, all led by
Get ganged.
The 5 lined up and blocked the door, and Afton's mind reeled. The scientific implications of this were incredible. Ghosts, real ghosts that he could see, all standing against him. But what could they do? What couldn't they do? He panicked as Cassidy approached. How do you stop something that's already dead? Maybe with the thing that resulted in their death in the first place. He would get into his suit like old times. He would regain his power over
Ruh-roh. The spring lock.
Them just like the day that they died. He was the genius. He was the one in the suit. He was the one in charge. The spring lock snapped into place. Maybe it was his frantic movements. Maybe it was the leaky abandoned restaurant. Maybe it was just fate coming to collect its due. He didn't know. The only thing he did know was that his brain was suddenly filled with searing white-hot pain as hundreds of metallic pins and gears stabbed into his body from all sides. All he could do was collapse, blood slowly oozing out of the suit and pooling onto the floor around him. It couldn't.
Guys, what does this mean for the lore? The lore. What does this mean?
End like
what does it mean?
His work was unfinished. Unable to move, his only option was to
what does
survive,
this mean, man?
to live, to keep
the
living.
lore.
It took days lying in his own blood, but eventually someone found him, a security guard making a normal report. When he saw the animatronics torn apart in the middle of the party room floor, it caused him to file an immediate report of a break-in. An owner would have to come in and claim the damage. And who else would it be other than Henry? Hope jumped in Afton's heart. Henry would see him. They were partners after all. He would be the one to help save him, to get him out of this suit, to relieve him from this tremendous pain. Henry entered the secret room. His eyes fell on Afton sitting there in the pool of red, and Henry, saying nothing, turned and walked away.
This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions, the previously mentioned safe rooms are being sealed at most locations.
Oh, man.
Nothing is being taken out beforehand.
Oh, man.
If you left anything inside, and it's your own fault. Management also
Hey, yo, he's an alien. Purple blood equals alien. All right, guys. I get it, dude. Purple everything, dude. Purple everything.
request that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives.
Guys, did he have purple hair? Yes or no?
So there Afton would sit, hanging on for 30 years, trapped behind the walls with an iron will that refused to die. Most of this is things that we already knew, stuff that's been established and re-established time and time again by the games. That said, there are two things
He always comes back, dude. He always comes back.
that I absolutely have to address. The first and biggest is the placement of sister location, or more specifically,
we're watching the entire FNAF lore combined.
Elizabeth's death. To me, evidence in game seems to suggest that it was meant to come before
He's
the
probably
crying
bald.
child's death in 1983. The biggest clue to this is that the crying child saw something. Remember what you saw is the phrase that's repeated over and over again by psychic friend Fredbear, aka William Afton speaking through a walkie-talkie in the Fredbear plushie's stomach. But what did he see? Well, I think we can tell based on how the nightmare animatronics are visualized. They have mouths in their stomachs, just like Baby ripping in half at the waist to swallow a kid. There's also the empty girl's room, one presumably left behind by a dead sister. And lastly, it explains why he's scared, and more specifically, why Afton wants him scared. He needs his kids to stay away from the animatronic.
Oh, you thought William Afton became a ghost himself? No. His will, unwilling to die, was trapped inside the freaking Springtrap suit.
He doesn't want them getting too close because the last time one of his kids got too
His poop is purple. Noted.
close to a robot, his daughter
Write that down.
died. That's then why he sets up the nightmares, to scare both Mike and the crying
What FNAF? Every.
child away from the animatronics from that point forward. That's why books like the Character Encyclopedia outright suggest that we play as the crying child in FNAF 4. That's why he has a nanny cam following the crying child everywhere, so he can keep tabs on his kids when they're out of his sight. He can't let another Elizabeth situation happen. The death of Elizabeth also gives William Afton extra motivation for killing. He's a grieving father.
It's all
His
good,
daughter
gang.
was taken away from him, so Charlie should die as well. He's lashing out at the world after losing his kids. And again, we know that at least one of his children had to have died prior to Charlie's death, based on the mound of dirt that we see in Midnight Motorist. It also allows circus babies to open and close earlier in the timeline, which is how you wind up with Funtime Foxy appearing as Mangle in the FNAF 2 location. Basically, Elizabeth dying first.
Bro, Mangle running at ya? Oh, no. Like a giant spider animatronic coming at ya. Oh, no.
Has everything it needs to fit, except for the
Yeah,
most
it's gone
important
book.
thing, the murder weapon. Why would Afton be building an animatronic with a giant claw in its stomach so early in the timeline? At this point, he just has no motive. It just doesn't make sense prior to 1983. At this point in the story, he hasn't killed anyone, and we know for a fact that the missing children's incident is
Wexy stock going up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bing bong. Yes, sir.
1985. So Elizabeth's death coming before any of those events just doesn't work. Hence why I placed it where I did in the narrative timeline.
Guys, what FNAF do you think you would survive? I'm bringing this question back. Spinning the block once more. I don't think I'll survive any of them, low-key.
Afton's death here is also a bit tricky. We know that he returned to the FNAF 1 location to break down the original animatronics in order to harvest their remnant. We know that he melts down 5 things to become one thing. Candy Cadet makes that very clear. So the 5 things are the 5 endoskeletons from the various animatronics. That would be totally
FNAF 0, aka no FNAF.
fine if it weren't for one huge problem. On his 5th visit to the pizzeria, Afton
FNAF 3, it's just your imagination?
gets spring locked. So either the 5 becoming 1 starts in 1993,
Afton family lore? Yes, sir. Pity, welcome in.
but then
This is the FNAF Ultimate Timeline combined. We're about halfway in.
finishes 30 years later when he reemerges from the wall to add the last endoskeleton to his pile, or he's had himself some reason to return to the original location after harvesting all the stuff that he can. It's not ideal, but it's the one angle that makes the most sense. William still wasn't back. Weird. Michael knew his father sometimes traveled for work, disappearing for days on end, but usually there was some sort of notice, a phone call, a post-it, something. It's not like Michael and his father were close, far from it, but as a household of 2 suffering men coping with years of tragedy and loss, there was at least least
Yeah,
some
going Jake.
element of communication between the two of them. They were united by a name and a shared pain. This time, though,
Really,
things felt
Christopher?
different. William had left nothing. His absence was longer.
FNAF
There were
1
no
is
check-ins,
doable?
no updates, just silence. Something had happened. If there was one thing Michael knew about his father,
I think FNAF 1 could be doable, dude. It might be. It might be. If you don't get caught off guard, you're like, oh, okay.
it was that he had contingencies, safety checks, backup plans. His father was a careful and guarded man. He held his cards close to his chest, and as such, William had prepared him in the event that something like this ever happened. Normally, his father kept his home office locked, but in the event of an unexpected, prolonged absence, Michael had been instructed to enter his father's office and look behind an empty set of shelves mounted in the corner of the room. Rolling his eyes, Michael entered the office. I never fully understood how William was able to spend so many hours of his days locked up in here. There was just nothing to do. Most of this place was empty. He dragged himself over to the shelf in the corner, expecting to find an emergency contact list, a family safety deposit box. But what he actually found there was completely unexpected.
Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be.
The shelf swung open and revealed a giant industrial elevator, one that led straight down into an underground bunker. But that was impossible.
He was
Inside
cooking.
his childhood home was a secret entrance to an enormous underground science lair? It didn't make any sense. Seriously, it didn't make any sense. And yet, here it was, mapped directly underneath the floor plan.
The bunker. Dude, I'm throwing gasoline in that, John. Gasoline in that, John. Maybe a little ounce of C4. Make a little snowman out of C4. Throw it in there.
Of the house that he'd grown up in. Lost
FNAF
his
3
brother
is
in, been
not
tortured
doable.
in. Michael thought that he'd known his father, a prideful, sad,
Eggs.
angry man with petty, everyday problems, but clearly he'd been living with a stranger this entire time. His father had secrets. Suddenly, the days of William being locked inside of his office made sense. He'd been here the entire time. Where was
the purple
here, though?
bunker?
Was this Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals?
Nice
the Circus
shaders.
Baby restaurant
Yeah,
always
dude.
did seem.
This is. Okay, guys, ignore like the pause there. Okay, that's me like tabbing out, dude. This is a new Minecraft shader. New Minecraft shader right here, guys.
To be a deeply personal project for father. A failure of his that cut unusually deep, especially after that first location had to be closed prematurely due to the gas leaks. After that day, father really did seem to change, to lose himself even more in his work. Clearly, the entrance he had found was some sort of secret back way into the facility, one that required crawling through vents to navigate.
But what do you think, Wexy? Am I right? I mean, I think FNAF 1's doable. Everything else, I'm kind of cooked, low-key.
Father had been working here, but in secret. Why? And that's when he found her. At the end of the facility, Circus Baby. His
Where's everyone? They got a 9 to 5 J''B. I'm sorry.
father's pride and joy. Except something was different about her. She wasn't like the others. The way she talked, the stories she told. This wasn't just a robot. She was alive somehow. And not only was she alive, she also felt familiar.
You don't say job in chat, dude.
Inside of me.
No, you probably like made someone seize up. You said job in chat. I just said job. Uh-oh.
I'm broken. I can't be fixed. Will you help me?
Was this his sister? William's baby girl? But how? Why? What was this place? He dug around some old files and found blueprints outlining the features of these animatronics. Storage containers, voice mimicking, parental tracking. And was that a child in Freddy's stomach?
What the?
Was his father collecting and experimenting on kids? Were all the rumors that he'd heard throughout his past?
He's just finding out the lore. He's finding out the lore.
Actually true, that the animatronics came to life at night, that there were murders done in all the pizzerias, that his father had somehow been the prime suspect in all of it. Suddenly, Michael's mind flashed back to his persistent nightmares throughout his childhood. Had he been experimented on too? Tears stung in his eyes as anger, fear, and confusion filled his body. His father's secrets were pouring out. William wasn't just a lame, overworked father. He was a monster, toying with life itself. Suddenly, everything clicked.
I'm actually kind of surprised he's just now finding this out, dude. I'm kind of shocked. Kind of shocked he's just finding this out, dude.
He frantically looked around the room, blinking human heads on poles staring back at him. Green eyes, his sister. Blue eyes, his brother. Closed eyes, his mom. All just staring, expectantly. These were meant to be human. William was working down here trying to make believable humans, literally rebuilding the family that they had both lost. The small little girl robots with their British accents roaming the hallways of this underground facility suddenly took on a whole new context.
Why British?
Hello in there. Is this the same guy? Allison.
Were those meant to be his sister? A replacement for her? A clone? Was William building clones of his sister? They seemed to know him, after all, to react to his presence.
But why British?
They were all there.
Wait, were they British? Wait, hold on. I never knew that. Wait a minute. Wait.
Recognized me at first, but then they thought I was you.
Because William Afton is British. Oh, I never knew that.
Michael's mind reeled as the reality of his world crumbled to dust. No, he had to get them out of there. If this really was his sister, heck, if any of these things were human, souls, whatever remnant of the humans that they once were, they needed to be rescued.
They always put us back inside. There's nowhere for us to hide here.
Led by the voice of Circus Baby, he marched through the now empty halls of the Funtime Auditorium. He would lead them. He would protect them. And finally, he would be able to forgive himself for the killing of his brother so many years.
I was going to say, how did bro not die?
You are in the scooping room now.
Oh, no.
The scooper only hurts for a moment.
The scooper. This is not what you want to see in the morning. Ah, shit.
Scooper, that violent extraction arm? Michael had seen that one in the pile of blueprints. Something about heat rendering the magical silver metal inside useless. In reality, prior to getting himself spring-locked and put behind the wall, William's methods had become increasingly
Guys, who wants to be scooped? Who wants to be scooped? Who wants to be scooped? I don't want to get scooped. Who want to get scooped?
Sophisticated, with a mechanized arm that could infuse new bodies with a soul. William could finally give and take away life. The only thing he needed were the bodies.
Not me.
But William wasn't the only one looking for bodies, as Michael was about to learn.
But if we looked like you, then we could hide. If we looked like you, then we would have somewhere to go.
Michael was going to be the hero to help these animatronics, all right. He was going to help the haunted tubes.
He got turned into a grape. Wait, really?
And wires of these animatronics escape. Just
Wait a minute.
Not the way that he anticipated. His sister had lied to him. Another game of pretend. The scooper plowed forward, digging its extraction arm into his body. As he heard his bones ripping through his flesh, Michael blacked out.
But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not.
Real grape. A rotten body.
Oh, yeah.
For the next several
he did turn into a grape. Oh. You mean a raisin, not a grape.
months, Michael's life was not his own. He was forced to comply with the tangle of wires and spirits that lived inside of him. His body felt like an overfilled balloon begging to burst as day by day, week by week, his flesh began to sag.
I want to know
and
how he
discolor.
smells.
He was a walking, talking, rotting corpse.
Probably stanky. Probably giga stanky.
Alive, but wishing he
Plowing,
wasn't. He was
yo.
a puppet, a walking
Pause.
shell. And while he did his best to conceal his fate, there was only so much a man filled with robot spaghetti could do. The entity in his innards would eventually leave, but by that point, the damage had been done. His decaying flesh.
What the hell? What the hell? How he living? How he living right now? How he standing?
Stank, turning him into a literal purple guy. But still, even with no bones, even with rotting purple flesh and
The
begging to
purple
die,
man.
Michael continued to live. That silvery metal remnant injected by the scooper meant that he couldn't die. His anger also refused to
Oh,
die.
man.
What he had seen down there in his sister's location had rocked him to his core. His father had killed and captured dozens. His experiments had killed his sister and then tortured him throughout all his childhood. He was actively trying to build human replicants. He didn't know where his father was,
Hell
but
nah.
Michael knew
What
that he
if
was
the
out
reason
there
Michael
somewhere.
is just walking in this scene is because the robot thinks that all humans do?
That's all they do. They just walk around, that's it.
I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left
William
for me to
Jr.
do now. I'm going to come find you.
Michael had to correct for the sins of his father. He
Monka.
had to make things right. Michael would burn Fazbear Entertainment to the ground. I mean, what else could you do when your skin was permanently purple? Michael's strategy was simple. He would apply for night security guard positions at the old defunct pizzeria locations. That way, no one ever had to see him or smell him during his shift. And all these old shuttered locations did need guards. Teenage vandals and
Arson.
squatters were always looking to get inside these
Is it
abandoned
arson
buildings, and yet
time?
no
Hold
one ever
on.
really wanted to work an overnight
Hold your
graveyard shift
yippies.
unless they were practically
Hold
out of
on.
options. Enter Mike. One by one, he would take on the job of security guard, changing his name each time to ensure that no one was able to follow his paper trail. Once inside, he could tamper with the animatronics and figure out how they worked, writing about
Ruh-roh.
his experiences and his security.
Wait, did they just ignore the fact that he looks purple? Like, yeah. He has a rare skin condition, dude. Did you know there's actual people that are purple? Like actual, I think it's blue actually, not purple, or like a purpley blue. That's real, by the way. Look it up. Look it up. It's actually crazy. You would think I'm lying until you look up actual purple blue person.
Disguise Wexy.
Disguise. Ooh. He put makeup on his body.
Logbook. While there, he would listen to the old tapes where upper management awkwardly welcomed new recruits to their summer jobs, even though he was working there nowhere near the summer months. He heard the gory details of his father's franchise from the outsiders looking in, confused and afraid about what was happening in the walls around them. Sometimes he would see his brother in the form of the Golden Freddy suit. It's me appearing on the walls around him. Except now, there was something else there. He was no longer
Freddy.
alone. Another angrier presence was also in the suit, as if two spirits were forced to share the same body. And Golden Freddy would attack him now. It was aggressive. Its vengeance wanted to lash out at anyone with the Afton name, anyone who wore a security.
Isn't Golden Freddy Loki a god, dude? Isn't Golden Freddy Loki a god? Like Loki? Like Loki, is he like a god? Can he like glow or some shit?
Guard outfit. Over time, Mike worked his way through the old restaurants, the original pizzeria, bigger, better Freddy Fazbear's. He spent weeks there looking for clues as to his father's whereabouts. And each time at the end of his week's shift, he would then set the location on fire. Remnant can't survive high temperatures
here we go.
after all. So burning away whatever spirit-laden animatronics that still existed inside seemed like a winning strategy.
He burned a pizzeria. Hey, why does the Freddy logo look like that, man? Why he look like that? Oh my god, he got the Freddy logo off of eBay, man. He got the Freddy.
All this revisiting of his past, though, was causing the nightmares to begin again. Hallucinations that brought him back to his childhood. The guilt around killing his brother. His dreams were mixed with the shrill phone calls of the security guards. But it would all be worth it in the end. The goal was to eventually stumble across the one location, the one job that would finally reunite him with his father. Little did Mike know that that day would come sooner than he expected. 2023, an advertisement came across Mike's TV. Fazbear Frights, a new horror attraction
looks like a
inspired by the
potato.
awful crimes that occurred around Freddy Fazbear's Pizza so many years ago. It made Mike sick. People looking to make a quick buck off the tragedy of others, off his own family. This wasn't a joke or entertainment. Regardless,
a little
he had
lesser.
to be a part of it. This team was combing through his family's history. They might stumble across something that could be useful. And if his father was truly
probably
still
angel
alive
or
as he
demon.
suspected, there would be no way that he wouldn't show up here.
What about a vengeful spirit?
Maybe finally this could be the final chapter in his family's marathon of tragedy. Mike applied for the job and was immediately handed the keys. Years of doing this had taught him that security guards rarely receive thorough security
I'm your
checks.
father now.
They also
What
liked
do
how
you
creepy
mean
Mike
now?
looked. They thought it was a costume on theme for
My god.
the job. What little they knew.
Hey, glad you came back for another.
Remember to eat, bro? Dog, we gotta finish the FNAF lore. Are you kidding me? Are you meowing me right now?
night. I promise it'll be a lot more interesting.
And guess what I'm getting right after this? I'm getting some Five Nights at Freddy's pizza, dude. Getting some Freddy's Pizzeria pizza, dude.
Keaton, you.
I'm getting some pizza. I'm getting some za from Freddy right after this, dude.
This time.
For weeks, there was nothing. But just as Mike considered giving up, he received the call that he'd been
It's like I come back and I'm purple.
waiting for years.
You're not gonna believe this. We found one. A real one.
Could this finally be him?
I'm
sure
getting
enough,
spaghetti.
there he was. William
W.
inside his iconic golden Bonnie Springlock suit, only now it was green and decaying with age. And there they were, a small family of broken men finally reunited. It's been a long time, Dad. Mike had always struggled with the phantoms of his
The
past haunting him,
golden
but
Freddy
now all
phantom.
the animatronics he'd encountered over the past months, hopping
How's it going,
from
Jen?
pizzeria to pizzeria, suddenly sprang to life. Their burned faces haunting him as he
Balloon
tried
Boy.
to keep
Guys, what spirit is Balloon Boy from? Like a random kid?
track of his father on the cameras. It would seem that
Oh,
William's
nah,
mere presence
spaghetti,
had put the
nah.
spirits on high alert. Ultimately, they were harmless. More
Someone doesn't
annoying
like
than
spaghetti
anything
and
else.
shit.
But there was one that felt different from the others. One that was more than just a mere phantom. The security puppet. If he looked at the cameras at just the right
Ruh-roh.
moment, he could see it floating there through the halls. He could even see its reflection in the water pooled on the ground. It would seem like he
Ruh-roh.
wasn't the only one
The
there on a
security
mission.
puppet.
While he was dealing with Springtrap, Michael assumed that this one was likely dealing with the spirits of this place, finally setting them to rest. Hopefully this means a happier day for all
What
of
the
us,
hell?
Mike thought to himself. And in that moment, he felt the air around him release, like pressure being let out of a bottle. The building sighed, as if 5 spirits had
Hey,
finally
remember
been
the
allowed to
worms
move
meme
on.
with
He had the
Michael?
sense that his brother was a part
Yes,
of them. He rigged
yes.
the wiring inside the building to misfire, and the dry, desiccated walls erupted in flames. It is
My God!
finished. Except it was not. Somehow, through sheer force of will, Afton remained. He had survived, and Mike would need to find—
Dog, he always comes back. That's why. He always comes back. He always comes back. He spins the block. That's what he does.
a new way of finishing off his father. Luckily, the solution would present itself later that year. Not from Mike, but from another victim that had been left in his father's wake.
We're talking about becoming a Fazbear Entertainment franchisee.
Hashtag purple Wexy.
Restaurant ownership and management. Something almost anyone can do with a limited degree of success. You are now the face of the newly rebranded Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Fazbear Entertainment as a brand had been closed for years. William had been stuck in a suit and a wall. The only person who legally could bring the franchise back was Henry, but he'd largely pulled out of the franchise around the time of his father's disappearance. Something was up. Surely this had to be some kind of a trick, right? Mike, doing what he did best, applied for a franchise and immediately got the job. There was just one thing out of the ordinary. Paragraph 4.
If you are playing this tape, that means that not only have you been checking outside at the end of every shift, as you were instructed to do, but also that you have found something that meets the criteria of your special obligations under paragraph 4.
Gotcha, Jen.
No employment contract he'd ever signed required him to keep special lookout for independently moving animatronics outside the restaurant. Now he knew something was up here. Henry was luring them all back. Rather than trying to go to them, like Mike had done for years, Henry was doing the opposite. He was putting them all under the same roof. He was finishing them off for good. Mike knew this wasn't meant to be a restaurant. It was meant to be a prison, a containment vessel, a locked box meant to trap them all in so they could finally end the madness. It took a few nights, but eventually everyone was there. His father, the puppet, the robot spaghetti.
Did they just like freaking TP into that location? How do they get there?
That had once violated his body, and his sister, now hopelessly devoted to serve the man that had once gotten her killed. It was time. He had been instructed to seal the doors and leave, but while he locked everything down, he didn't move on. If this was truly meant to be the end, if the remnant—
Henry, oh. Guys, we're learning right now.
Needed to be washed away, he needed to be a part of that.
This is where your story ends. And to you,
my God,
a brave volunteer who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace and perhaps more waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, friend.
And with that, it was over. The Afton legacy died with all of them trapped inside of a literal box. As the flames danced around the office, Mike, for the first time in decades, was happy. But William wasn't gone yet. Although the darkest pit of hell—
It's like every time a pizzeria gets burned down, my God,
was open and waiting for him, something or someone wouldn't allow him to move on. Instead, he found himself locked in moments from his past. The pizzeria, his son's room, his underground bunker.
Twice,
it was as if his
dude.
brain's neurons were all firing at once, overloaded.
How do you not learn, dude? You got freaking cooked twice. How do you not learn, dude?
Mixing and matching all his biggest fears, regrets, failures. What was this place? How did he get here? He called out into the silence. Then they started coming. Without warning, animatronics, both new and old, began to jump out at him, bite him, rip him limb from limb. The pain was immeasurable. Make it stop. Make it stop. William, for the first time, longed for death, an end to this torture, just as it felt like he couldn't take it anymore.
Now you get the fully automatic AA-12 shotgun dual wield. That's how you handle those animatronics.
Everything was quiet again. It was as if the world had been reset. There was a brief moment of quiet, and then the onslaught began again. Dozens of faces from his past all focused on him. A waking nightmare that he couldn't escape from. More pain, more ripping. It was his own personal hell, but why? Why couldn't he just die? And then he saw them. A group of characters he never thought he'd see again. Those janky, stolen characters that had started everything. The mediocre melodies. It had all started to go wrong once they showed up. Once Henry had made them. But mixed in with their obnoxious southern drawls, William heard something else. It was barely a whisper, but he could just make out the words.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
That voice. He knew that voice, but from where?
What?
The one he shouldn't have killed. William thought back. He'd done a lot of awful things, but there was always the one that stood out. Not Charlie, his drunken act of revenge. Not Susie, his first true murder. No. Instead, it was the one that he had lost control with.
I like the random :3.
One that he had broken beyond repair for no good reason other than because he could. The one that he'd stuffed inside the golden bear that his partner used to wear. Cassidy. They were back, and now they were trying to punish him. To make him suffer like he'd made them suffer. It was almost like William and Cassidy's souls had been locked together, fused by a collective rage and spite, each refusing to move on. But while Cassidy was so focused on taking revenge, they actually did the one thing that would be the downfall for so many others. They kept William alive. Even though fire should have destroyed the remnant that was coursing through his being, Cassidy kept William breathing, paving the way for his escape. William.
They did mouth to mouth and like, you know, breathe that way, right? You know what I'm talking about?
William's will was so strong, his soul so powerful that he managed to put a part of himself inside the circuitry that housed the spring-lock suit. And there, his consciousness lay inside a single circuit board, waiting for someone to find him and set him free. A person that no one would suspect. You might have noticed that I was vague about the dates, and there's a good reason for that. I don't know them. There is no good way for me to make them fit in. Here's what I do know. We know with a high amount of certainty that Michael Afton is the character that we play as up until Ultimate Custom Night. Mike Schmidt and Fritz Smith, the security guards for FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 respectively, get fired for, quote, tampering with the animatronics and odor. So weird connection between the two of them, right? But now, look at the phantom animatronics that are haunting us in FNAF 3.
Freaking stinky animatronics. They need to be power washed. Guys, they need to add a level in Power Wash Sim where you power wash the freaking stinky robots. Who would pay for that?
Use models from both FNAF 1 and FNAF 2, meaning whoever is sitting in that security guard chair Fazbear Frights, they have to have seen both locations and their animatronics. And that's not all. Their designs are burnt. It's a weird detail in the game, and it's something that the character encyclopedia repeatedly calls attention.
A power washing horror game? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Someone got to make that. Hold on. Keep the FNAF name alive. Power wash the stinky charcoal animatronics.
The burned,
but they can come alive.
Texture for these phantom animatronics. Why is that so unusual though?
It's almost 1 a.m. for you?
Time of the franchise that we hear about
if you got a dip, man,
down. From that point on in the story, it's like the characters turn pyro and are suddenly setting fires left and right. But for the first 3 games, nothing ever catches fire. The animatronics are just moved or repurposed in some way. So when did they burn? And why would our security guards see them as being burned? Someone has to have been going location to location, setting these places on fire, purging the sins of the past. We know we're definitely playing as Mike and Sister Location in FNAF 6 based on the in-game dialogue. And in FNAF 4, there's an Easter egg where we can hear the phone call from Night 1 of FNAF 1, meaning that whoever's in that bedroom has heard the recording as a security guard. We also know that Mike has seen the nightmare animatronics based on his drawings in the security logbook. So overall, there is solid evidence that connects all of FNAFs 1 through 6. You'll also notice how the character encyclopedia doesn't have a page for Mike Afton. This thing has a page for Chocolate Bunny Bonnie, but not Michael. Some tells me they don't want us to confirm how many games he's been in, because that would confirm too much of the theory. In short, this gives us an incredibly
but it's just a theory.
Compelling and complete narrative. Mike as our protagonist and William his father.
Dead body cleaning? I guess that would be the idea of that game that I just said. I guess that would be it.
As our antagonist. Mike accidentally kills his brother
power
in Fredbear's
washes
mouth,
dead
which
body.
begins our story and sets William down his pathway of destruction. Mike is then haunted by the guilt of his past and is looking to make things right across the rest of the games. In Sister Location, he learns what his father's been up to and
guys, they gotta make like a power washing horror game, dude. If that doesn't already exist.
Realizes what he has to do to correct it. After failing to finish the job in FNAF 3, he ultimately helps Henry end it all in FNAF 6. It is great.
And guys, I'm not too sure what the Chocolate Bunny Bonnie even was.
It is a clean narrative. There is just one problem: timing. Mike's quest can't really start until he's been down to Sister Location, seen Baby, and gotten himself scooped. That's when he finds out about Afton's secret life. It's also when he's gonna start to smell, because, you know, he's a walking, talking, rotting corpse. And we know that he's not going down into the bunker until the Funtime animatronics have been made, Freddy's has been closed, and Afton is out of the picture. That all should be happening post-1993, after William is sealed behind a wall. But that then presents us with a few problems. Afton has already dismantled the original animatronics as we see in the FNAF 3 minigames. How are those things getting burned if they're already deconstructed? But more importantly, we see FNAF 2 paychecks with the date 1987. That is way earlier than I think it can be. To be fair, Fritz Smith's pink slip on night 7.
Bro, $100? $100 being paid to you? Hell nah. What are they charging you per hour at the at Freddy's Pizzeria, dude? What are they charging you per hour at Freddy's Pizzeria? What?
Doesn't have a date, but it's a bit weird to say that the first few nights are in 1987, and then employee number 3 is hired on years after the restaurant closes. Fazbear Entertainment was dead.
There is no need for you to return to work next week, as Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a corporate entity.
All debts had been paid, all assets redistributed. The company was outright dissolved. Even the
Welcome in, spoiled milk.
memories of the horrors that had happened there started to fade away in the public consciousness. The people were gone too. William was dead. Henry was gone. A whole generation of young Emilys and Aftons had lost their lives to the horrors of the pizzeria. All of them collateral damage to the man in the bunny suit. Everyone the company had ever touched was dead and gone. Well, all except one.
Pay your child support, you deadbeats! I'm keeping the diamond ring. I also set the house on fire!
Clara Afton. She'd been there in the early days, back when things with William were good. They'd had the perfect home, a thriving business, the ideal family.
The child was born.
But shortly after their youngest son died, things started to change. William had become distant, lost in his work, obsessive. She had watched him change from this irritatingly brilliant man that she had fallen in love with to a drunken monster struggling to hold himself together. And despite her trying to reach out to him in those desperate days, he was just too far gone.
Never mind. She died. The lore. Guys, are you paying attention to the lore?
Admit it, you wanted to let me in.
For her sake, she had to leave the relationship. And from there, she largely faded into obscurity. A mystery from William's past, a footnote in his history. And that was fine for her. She wanted to leave that part of her life behind. She tried to move forward, never wanting to hear the name Freddy Fazbear again. A time defined by mistakes and broken promises. But then, the paperwork started to arrive. As Fazbear Entertainment began to close as a corporate entity, suddenly her mail was flooded with notifications, requests, obligations. She had been there since the beginning, helping William in the early days of his business, and now, as a shareholder and sole living member of the Afton family, all copyright.
You know she was making bank. You know she was making bank, dude. She was making hella bread.
Rights and trademarks of both Afton Robotics and Fazbear Entertainment passed on to her. Memories of this past life that she had long left behind. Looking at the blueprints, the contracts, the memos, she felt old wounds begin to reopen. The regrets of a happy family that had been torn away from her. William had always been brilliant. That's what had attracted her to him in the first place. But he'd also been too blinded by obsession and pride. He was too jealous, too petty, too unable to actually see a bigger picture. But now, holding the paperwork that contained decades of heartbreak and trauma, she realized it was her turn. She was holding the power. This was her chance. And one thought resonated in her head.
Let's remake the entire FNAF timeline again. Let's start up a new location.
Will put them back together. I will put them all back together. She would be the one to rebuild this family. To rebuild the pieces of that shattered life. To reclaim the kids that
But why?
Fazbear had stolen from her. But how? Looking at William's work now laid out before her, she knew that he had been onto something. Collecting remnant, robotic humanoids, digital conscience transference. The pieces were all in place. They were just scattered, fragmented. It was almost like there were too many ideas going in too many different directions. It was such an important idea that she reiterated that point to herself. There were too many ideas going in too many different directions. That said, there had to be a way to save it all. She just needed to put it all back together. But how? To rebuild her family, she would first need to rebuild the franchise that had stolen them away from her. With ownership over the characters, their licenses, the technology patents, and the Fazbear name, she converted the corporation back to an LLC, a structure for smaller businesses that are usually family-owned. The irony was fitting. From there, she would need remnant, and lots of it. Remnant was the key. Clearly in the later years,
more children.
of his life, William had been using Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals as a remnant farm, sending robots to kids' birthday parties in the hopes of nabbing bits of the stuff here and there. But clearly, it wasn't enough. He had, what, like 4, maybe 5 animatronics going out every week? No. It was a decent idea, but to get the remnant they required, it needed scale. Dozens, hundreds of animatronics all out there, all gathering remnant from unsuspecting customers. But to do that would require help, something William would never ask for. William had kept everything in-house. His obsession with control limited him. Clara, though, she wasn't nearly that precious. A plan like this required partners, people outside of Fazbear to do the heavy lifting. So she contacted a mid-sized delivery company, DLZ Shipping Solutions, to help build replicas of all the original animatronics. And with field delivery apps being all the rage, why not an animatronic delivery service? Order one to celebrate your birthday, your Halloween party. How about a 4th of July picnic? We'll invite Liberty Chica and 4th of July Fred.
Wait, is this actually part of the lore, dude? There's no way. There's actually no way. There's no way, dude.
On over. She would make sure that they made skins for every occasion. Chocolate Bonnies for Easter, Shamrock Freddy's for St. Patrick's Day, Dia de los Muertos Chicas. And thus, the Fazbear Funtime service was born.
No
That's right.
way.
With the Fazbear Funtime service, you'll never be
It's the guy.
alone again. You'll always have someone watching your back.
Was it ridiculous? Absolutely. Was it a sellout? Pff, no doubt. It was exactly the sort of thing that William would have hated, but it needed to be done to get enough remnant. Normally, the novelty of ordering an animatronic wore off after like what, 1, maybe 2 times? But with new skins for new holidays, suddenly you had yourself an animatronic perfect for every occasion. It would keep people hooked.
Guys, that's how they made like every single game, dude. Like nowadays. They made every game nowadays. Like they give you a bunch of different skins to keep you hooked, gang. AKA Fortnite, AKA Warzone, Call of Duty.
Would keep them ordering
Gotcha games.
the latest and greatest that Fazbear Entertainment LLC had to offer, and all
Don't let me cook. Don't let me cook.
all the while they'd be collecting and returning the remnant back to her.
Ain't no
In a
way.
word, it was brilliant. There was just one problem with it. No one trusted the Fazbear name. The company's brand was still mud in the public eye. No one would want to hire animatronics from the restaurant franchise known for murdering children. Nothing kills a
Ain't
party
no
quite
way.
like the threat of death, you know. So she needed to find a way to discredit the
Ain't no
stories
way.
that had come before. She needed to win back the public's
W.
affections, reactivate some nostalgia for the spooky stories of their childhoods. She needed a game. Multiple games, in fact.
No way. No way. A game about a game? Hold on, man.
Lied to us. They lied to all of us. They told us that the whole point of this VR game was to undo the bad PR done by a rogue indie game developer. But that's not true at all. Those indie games were designed to conceal and make light of what happened. This isn't just an attempt to rebrand. It's an elaborate cover-up.
Struggling game developers were a dime a dozen
Wait a
online,
minute.
most working on their magnum opus between shifts at the Dollar General. So she found one. Steve just picked him out of obscurity. The right mix of desperate and doofus willing to say and do anything for a couple extra bucks. And he fell right in line, as expected, delivering stupid little things with dumb generic names like Mangle's Quest, Balloon Boy's Air Adventure, 5 Nights.
Security breach? Oh no. Guys, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's is all a part of Five Nights at Freddy's. Wait a minute. He's a part of the company. He's part of the brand. Wait a minute. The creator of the game is a part of the actual thing. And wait, it's real. Wait a minute.
Nights at Freddy's. Bad gameplay with even worse graphics, but hey, they got the job done. People were suddenly talking about the clues inside of these things, searching for the hidden lore. They were actively making jokes about dead kids at pizzerias. Her husband's twisted history of serial murder had suddenly been reduced to a mere Nancy Drew mystery to be solved. The plan had worked. Freddy Fazbear's was suddenly more popular than ever. Things were going shockingly well. Her takeover and reboot of the franchise was full and complete. Suddenly infused with cash, she built the largest, most ambitious project yet.
Security breach. Oh, hell.
The Mega Pizzaplex.
Oh,
William had
hell.
always been so visionary, but always thought so small scale. He was careful to a fault. Not her, though. She knew that this latest project needed to be big. It needed to be flashy. It needed to be a palace for children. A place that got people talking and checking out the latest in Fazbear products. So with a steady supply of remnant flowing in, it was finally time. The stage was set. It was time to get to her real goal, literally rebuilding a family.
Oh, nah.
March 2035. The first was obvious. The crying child.
It all went wrong.
The one that was the first to get ripped away from her. She'd seen down in his bunker that William had gotten very close to replicating artificial humans using animatronic technology. And so that's exactly what she would do. Rebuild her boy from the ground up using robotic parts. His shaggy brown hair, his favorite striped shirt, even down to small details that no one would notice, like the band-aid on his left knee. William's research had even found ways of making animatronics that could bleed.
Wait, is this where, like, the mimic comes from, dude? Wait, is this...
So security breach is built by Mrs. Afton?
Yeah, dude. Apparently, security breach the entire game, dude. That compound that houses all the animatronics was actually made by Mrs. Afton. And I think she made the mimic.
Eat and process food, making them virtually indistinguishable from a typical human. He would never have any idea of what he actually was unless he was explicitly told. The only things that could possibly ruin the illusion were any overrides to his internal systems. If something were to, say, interfere with the cameras that he had in his eyes, or cause some sort of a core reboot to his hard drive, or x-ray his metallic bones, then yeah, he would be exposed. But otherwise, to the outside world, he was just your typical, normal human.
Wait, so that's the main character. Wait a minute. Gregory. You gotta tuck in your circuit, Gregory.
Boy. She worked down in the bowels of the Pizzaplex, giving him life, but it was one thing to build him. It was another to help him remember his identity.
Gregory.
He died so young, so early in their history.
Wait, I didn't know Gregory was an animatronic. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Wait, whoa, wait a minute.
That there was no preserved memories.
Gregory.
No documentation that she could just download into his digital brain. So bit by bit, she trained him, forcing him to remember who he was. In a corner of the room, she even made a makeshift dinner table, a reminder of their happier days. The family recreated. 2 brothers, a sister, a father, and the mother at the head of the table. The one in charge, the one in command, the one bringing all of this to fruition. But his progress was admittedly slower than she would have liked. At first, he could only communicate through simple ones and zeros, then rudimentary drawings and crude letters. But bit by bit, images of his past life started to come through. Balloons, colors, houses, bears, faces, birthday parties. All for me. Gregory was alive. As the robot boy embraced her, she felt a warmth that she hadn't in decades. This was the joy that she'd been working towards. This was what it was all for. Her
And then he kills her. Bum, bum, bum.
son, back in her arms again. The plan was working. She had to keep going. Next was William. If the family was truly going to be put together, she would need him. And she knew exactly where he was, in the ruins of that old Freddy Fazbear's pizza place where Henry had trapped him. In fact, that's specifically why she insisted on building the Pizzaplex there over the sinkhole. It's the best place to hide what her true intentions were with the entire operation. Digging through the wreckage, she found him. He was right where she thought he'd be. Seeing the putrid shell of the Springtrap suit, though, was not something she was prepared for. The rotting corpse of William Afton was disgusting. Scorched flesh fused into the fur lining. Hollow.
Burn it.
So that's why Gregory is locked in the last location.
I think so. I think that's why.
Black sockets where eyes once were, a smell that reeked of burned carbon and bloody iron. He was no longer flesh, he was just the tangled sinews of a creature that was once called human. How far this brilliant man had fallen. It was clear that her work was cut out for her on this one. Afton was practically lifeless. The man may not have been able to die, but he was about as close as you could come, and his body would need a lot of reconstruction. Replacement arms and endoskeleton reinforcements were the top priority, maybe pulled from their new line of glamrock animatronics. She'd have to see if they had any spare Bonnie parts lying around that they could steal. In the meantime, though, she threw the husk that was once her husband into a life support pod infused with aerosolized remnant to help keep him stable.
Oh, nah. So that's what that was. Oh.
But more important than recovering his body was recovering his mind. In his current state, he was comatose, an empty shell. Severe brain damage starts at temperatures over 108 degrees Fahrenheit. 42 degrees Celsius, and years of repeated fires had burned his brain to goo. Gone was the brilliant, frustrating mind that had drawn her to him in the first place.
Bro Chancho's a zombie. Bro Chancho's not even with us anymore.
But she had a plan. Unlike her darling boy Gregory, Afton had found ways to record his consciousness. Fundamentally, the brain is only a series of electrical connections after all, so why couldn't you replicate that in the form of a standard circuit board? In essence, you could create a digital consciousness. And one thing she knew about William, he was nothing if not cautious. A planner. Someone who had backup plans to his backup plans. And sure enough, there it was. Buried in piles of old animatronic CPUs, a record of Afton himself.
Guys, don't you have like a freaking guys, don't you have a freaking external hard drive with all of your memories and thoughts inside it? Guys, isn't that like a common thing that everyone has? Like a one-to-one copy of your brain? Doesn't everyone have that? You're still not done? Damn. Crying face emoji. You're gonna get spring locked, my guy.
But she needed...
You're on the list. You're on the list.
Someone to test it.
Someone was definitely here during the night. It had to have been the client. I mean, they sent us that stuff in the first place with no explanation, told us to scan it, said it would expedite the process so we wouldn't need to program any pathfinding ourselves.
Unlike the other games that she'd paid to have made in the past, this one had a different purpose. This wasn't about PR, it was about getting William back up and running, spreading his virus to the masses.
You acknowledge that Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for
And that's where everything goes into the freaking toilet, dude.
accidental digital consciousness transference, real-world manifestations of digital characters.
She hired a new developer, Silver Parasol Games, to scan the boards and bring her husband into the system. And because of the immersive nature of VR, William's consciousness would be able to merge with the player, giving him a new body, a new agency. There was just one complication. Afton's hold wasn't as powerful as she had hoped. He wasn't able to gain complete control. The first trial run, Jeremy, was so desperate to escape from his grasp that he sliced his own face off with a paper shredder.
Oh, no.
Messy. Afton's followers were reluctant, to say the least. But it was the second attempt that looked like it had the potential to kill two birds with one stone. Enter Vanessa.
Oh, hell. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, hell.
Mrs. Afton wanted a surrogate daughter. Her darling Elizabeth would have been a young woman at this point if she had lived. And Clara wanted someone who wasn't Elizabeth but could be just like her. Could she have just rebuilt her like Gregory? Sure, but she decided against it because she wanted an actual human mother-daughter connection. Well, that, and it would be redundant and narratively unsatisfying to have two robot kids in the same family. What could she say? William had put a lot of tools on the table for her to use, and she was planning on using them all. Plus, Elizabeth had always been so loyal to Daddy. It was time to give her a second chance.
Robo kids.
A true choice. And Vanessa seemed to be the perfect candidate to fill the role.
Your dad's name was Bill. Your dad didn't play fair.
Wait, so does that mean like in Security Breach the only real actual human was Vanessa in that entire game? Wait a minute.
Did he? He used to make your mum look bad in court. He manipulated you. I know your mum after she lost the custody case.
I was supposed to be a good girl.
She started as a QA tester at Silver Parasol Games, a VR game development company that was part of her plan to bring back William. But more importantly, Vanessa checked all the correct boxes. Right age, blonde, green eyes with a fondness for flowers and the outdoors. In many ways, it was her daughter all over again. Except it wasn't just looks and personality. What really mattered was Vanessa's mind. Underconfident, coming from a broken home, motherless, able to be manipulated. Yes. She
freaking get scooped.
She would be the one to save dear old...
Guys, I think she got scooped. I think she got scooped. I think she got scooped.
Old Daddy, just as the real Elizabeth would have wanted.
I will make you proud, Daddy.
While testing the VR game, William's digital consciousness merged with Vanessa. Oh sure,
Bye-bye.
She fought, fragmenting Afton's code into a series of tapes hidden across the game, trying to do web searches to regain control over her life, but it wasn't enough. She was weaker than Jeremy. She was a thrall that, despite occasional moments of lucidity, had to obey. And with Vanessa, it was a 2-for-1 deal. She was getting a daughter back, while also bringing her husband one step closer to reactivation. She just just had to make sure that Vanessa was headed the right way. The reborn Gregory was an expert hacker, part of the benefits of being an Afton and a robot, so Clara had him keeping tabs on Vanessa, hacking into her emails and trailing her therapy sessions to ensure the future Elizabeth was falling in line. If any of the therapists started to ask too many questions, they were promptly dismissed from their positions. And while Gregory kept tabs on Vanessa's personal life, Mrs. Afton made sure to clear a path for her professionally. With silver parasols collapse at the
What about Michael?
Dude, she had a freaking army of animatronics that she can send to like murk people, dude. That's crazy.
We need Michael.
Hands of the anomaly, she then
having a freaking militia of murder robots.
Had the possessed Vanessa bring the contaminated circuit boards to DLZ shipping and the Fazbear Funtime service. More glitches, more remnant, more
She did not have to do
But it was
that.
her last move that was the best. In a true masterpiece of poetry, she brought Vanessa over to be chief security officer at the pizza place. A true family.
The whole family purple. The whole family purple.
Tradition to don the hat and badge, and all it took was a recommendation from the top as well as some emails marked for deletion. Sure, Vanessa didn't have relevant experience for the job, but when it comes directly from the CEO, does it really matter? Husband, son, daughter, a corpse, a robot, a human. All that was left was Michael.
Oh, hell.
Troubled Michael. The boy that killed her youngest. The one that would spend years trying to make his guilty conscience right again. A self-professed protector. While she knew she needed him to complete the family, something told her that the problem had already solved itself. Something had shifted when using Glamrock Freddy to excavate the buried pizza place.
I have been here before.
We are so fucked. Chica, we are so fucked.
Found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I have changed. My friends are here, but I can protect you.
Yay.
I am not me.
Maybe it was the remnant that had coursed through Michael's veins. Maybe it was the spirit of Michael living on as a protector. He was there, somewhere inside of Glamrock Freddy. She could feel it. And just like that, she'd won. She'd done it. Sure, there were still some kinks to work out, some final brainwashing of Vanessa, some rehabilitation of William, but they were there.
Well,
finally, all together again.
I love my dead family. I love my dead family. Yep. Yep, this is it. This is my family. Yep.
One roof, the Aftons reunited, a happy ending. And that's how it could have ended. That's how it should have ended, had it not been for a few unanticipated developments.
I told you Michael
For one,
is alive.
something was just wrong with the Pizzaplex. Almost as if the entire building was haunted, possessed. Puppet plushies hiding on ceilings, behind crates, places that they had no earthly way of belonging. Staff bots with greasy tears down their eyes acting like they were being puppeteered by some sort of a nightmare. Even their sounds had the echo of nightmares long past. It was as though a guardian spirit of the past refused.
I love hearing the screams of the damned. I love that. Yep. This is my type of job.
Used to move on. As long as her husband was around, it too would linger. Only now, it wasn't just in one body, but it was in the essence of the building itself. She had seen stories of houses built on burial grounds getting possessed by angry spirits, but she never assumed that it could be real. Then again, in a world of living spirit metal and mind-controlling glitches, who was she to be so judgmental? The whole thing was ridiculous. Why would this be the line that she refused to cross? After all, the Pizzaplex was built over the burial ground of angry spirits, but it was the power cords that finally convinced her that something was wrong. Suddenly, these cords were striped black and white, like the security puppet from generations ago. The very foundations of this place, the materials and wires that constituted it, were rebelling against her, against the Aftons, against the quest to bring them all together.
You're the last one
and it was being helped by something else.
Guys, I think she needs to get scooped. Strap her up to the scooper.
Something slithering through the building. Maybe they were connected, she couldn't be sure, but a blob of living wires could be heard oozing through the walls, stealing pieces and parts of the old animatronics showcased in Rockstar Row. She could only assume that it was a byproduct of all the remnant they'd been collecting. From Afton's testing, she knew that both light and dark remnant existed, one of positive emotions and the other created from anguish, anger, agony. Perhaps this thing was an amalgamation of all the darkest parts of the pizzeria's history.
And guys, here's my theory, okay? This is the thing that was inside Purple Guy. When he escaped into the sewer, that was him. Wait a minute. Now I thought of what happened to Minecraft. We did Minecraft in the very beginning of the stream. We're learning about the entire history of FNAF, right? We're almost done with this, gang.
Reflection of the hatred still housed inside these defunct endoskeletons and exosuits. As long as it was left alone, it seemed to be harmless. But if any Afton outside of—
Wait a minute, how's my theory? How does it hold up? How does it hold up, dude? How does it hold up?
If Michael got too close, it would lash out wildly. Even young Gregory, looking to punish the family that had been complicit in its horrible creation. Little did she know, though, that Gregory should have been her biggest concern. That bringing the family together would have some unforeseen consequences. Gregory.
How many more minutes? How many? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? How many more? Guys, we got about 3 more hours of FNAF. So strap in, grab some popcorn. It's going to be a minute. I'm kidding, dude.
He was normally the goodest of boys. She had literally built—
Burn him. Burn him now. Burn him.
Him that way. But lately, he'd been disappearing more and more often, disobeying her orders, requests. She knew that he loved playing on the arcade machines once the Pizzaplex closed, being so good as to top the leaderboard on practically all of them. But lately, he was nowhere to be found. She suspected his absence had to do with Glamrock Freddy's failed performance the other night, when he malfunctioned live on stage, almost as though the core programming of Freddy responded to seeing this rebuilt small boy. Almost like it awakened something inside of him. She'd have to make sure that Vanessa was on the lookout for him, but she'd soon come to learn that Vanessa wasn't enough.
Guys, I believe he's a demon. I believe he's a demon, dude.
Whether it was the influence of the nightmare puppet or a reawakened hatred of animatronics seated deep in Gregory's code, something had caused him to rebel, to rip apart each animatronic in the Pizzaplex, bit by bit.
You know, he did rip apart every animatronic, dude. He did rip all of the important parts out of these animatronics, dude. You guys go meet so.
This boy was tearing down the empire that she'd so painstakingly built, freeing Vanessa from her mind control, destroying the remains of Afton in the basement, setting
Banco, 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 banco.
Glamrock Freddy loose. As her carefully created world crumbled around her one more time, she began to plot her revenge. She would have to bring them all to ruin. And there you have it, my friends. Nearly a decade in the making, my FNAF timeline for where the franchise is here in 2023. The year of Fazbear Frights, by the way. As always, it wouldn't be right for me to finish without going over some of the more controversial takes that I just handed out.
Ruh-roh. Guys, we got some controversial takes. Let's hear them. Let's hear them. Whips out Kanye's Twitter logs.
I think we can all agree that this part of the timeline was always going to be the hardest. So let me just break down some of the major
Wait a minute.
points. First of all, the biggest swing, and obviously the one that everything else rests upon, Mrs. Afton being the CEO of Fazbear Entertainment LLC. Here's why I went with this route. Now, first and foremost, the head of Fazbear Entertainment is the single biggest mystery that we're meant to solve at this point in the lore.
Killed the soul of the grape.
Ultimate Guide brings it up repeatedly. Who's running the show? Who is okaying these decisions? And in the security breach memos, we get multiple mentions of someone manipulating things from the top down. Whoever this is, they are the person driving forward.
Michael!
Every other facet of late-stage FNAF lore here. They're the puppet master who's hiring the indie dev. They're the ones relaunching the brand, building the Pizzaplex over the burial ground. So everything at the end of the timeline relies on this one singular answer. Now, as I see it, there are 2 possibilities here. One, an adult robot Elizabeth, like we see older versions of robot kids in the 4th closet, or Mrs. Afton. Could it be someone completely new to the franchise? Absolutely yes, but in a game with so many returning faces and repeated themes, it would be pretty random and arbitrary. So, between these 2 girl bosses, who then would it be? Well, Elizabeth always wants to please her daddy, so she'd be most likely wanting to bring him to life. But then, what's Vanessa's role in all of this? Vanessa is clearly meant to be a parallel for Elizabeth. Same hair, same eyes, similar backstories, but if the main goal is getting the Afton family back together, which seems to clearly be the case in Security Breach, then there's no need for Vanessa to be involved at all. We already have Elizabeth running the show. It would also mean that we suddenly have 2 robot kids running around, which feels narratively repetitive and
why would she want to make a new daughter when she already made a daughter? Why would she have 2 daughters? And where did Michael go?
quite frankly kind of dumb. Now look at Mrs. Afton. We know next to nothing about her outside of any clues that we can get from Immortal and the Restless and Bellora's song. But what her being head of Fazbear does is make every other piece of the lore fit. Suddenly, you can have one of every other type of character. One robot kid in Gregory, one brainwashed human in Elizabeth/Vanessa, one OG corpse in William, and one possessed animatronic in Mike. Narratively, it makes everything else cleaner. Legally, it's also the option that makes the most sense. As I call out in my narrative, she'd likely have some stake in the original company and all of its assets. So as Fazbear folds as a company, I'd suspect a lot of it would return back to her. But there was one clue that really sold me on this particular direction, and that was this right here, in the Post-it room. The big lore central of Security Breach, a dinner table scene with the whole family, including the mother.
Guys,
and not only is she there, she is at the head of that table, the position of highest honor and responsibility. She is the one in charge, with William being relegated off to the side. That one scene shows that we have to include Mom in there somewhere, and the only place it makes sense for her to be is at the top. Now, there is one big dilemma with my interpretation of all this. The Ultimate Guide really seems to point out that the head of Fazbear doesn't want the glitch trap virus to spread. They call out one particular email in FNAF AR where the legal team calls a cease and desist to all action about scanning the circuit boards. And even in FNAF VR, we're told that the circuit boards get stolen back by the client, presumably once they realize what danger is on there, trying to stop glitch trap before he spreads and gets out of hand. Here's the problem with that though, if the head of Fazbear doesn't want Afton—
Now what if glitch trap actually spread?
to rise again, why'd they restart the company in the first place? Why'd they build over the FNAF 6
The world ends.
pizzeria? Why'd they go through an elaborate cover-up to make the possessed Vanessa an important part of the company? Just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It would be the most inconsistent series of actions ever, but I did want to call attention to it, since it seems to be the route that the official guide is trying to steer us towards. Moving on to minor point number 1, the Five Nights at Freddy's games were made by the rogue indie developer. Here's the thing, FNAF VR opens with this line.
That's why we have recreated many of these completely fictitious scenarios, lies that you've been fed over the last several years, into a hilarious VR game.
It's recreating the lies told to you by the indie developer. And since Help Wanted has direct recreations of FNAFs 1 through 3, it means the games must be part of the fabrications that this developer made up. Also, all of this is heavily implied in the story of the same name, Help Wanted and Tales of the Pizzaplex, hence FNAF 1 through 3, canon games within the lore of the series. Big swing number 2, the elephant, or ghost in the room, Charlie infecting the Pizzaplex. John from the channel FNAF has made some great findings about Charlie
turns into villager.
Influence over the Pizzaplex, the cables that looked like the striped arms of the puppet, the Nightmarion plushies that you find hidden across the Pizzaplex in weird places, the staff bots with creepy smiles and in your dreams written on the front. All of these things scream puppets. Plus, with the puppet mask not having tears in the blob, seems to imply that Charlie's spirit exists elsewhere. She is still in play, and she has an important role, especially in Gregory's Post-it room. The doors to the Post-it room in the game's code are called Charlie doors, and inside we see a bunch of lit up Nightmare staff bot heads. Suspicious, to say the least. The channel ID Fantasy did a great theory looking at the Post-it notes, concluding that the crying child / Gregory isn't alone in this room, but rather might be communicating with someone. A spirit, Charlie. Charlie's spirit seems to have pulled a poltergeist. Instead of controlling one thing, she's affecting a lot of little details, foundational elements of the Pizzaplex. And this isn't the first time that we've seen this in the franchise either. We've seen spirits communicating with people through physical writing in the survival logbook. So we know that this is an established means of spirit communication within this franchise. And I suspect that to some extent it might be Charlie's influence making Gregory go haywire. Which brings me then to my final and probably biggest controversy in recent FNAF history, Gregory as Patient 46, the evil robot mastermind. Now, I know when I first came out with this
He's him.
theory a year ago, people were mad. But here's the thing, you don't have to take my evidence points for it anymore. The recent Tales from the Pizzaplex story, GGY, basically goes and just outright proves it. In GGY, we find out about a boy named Gregory who's getting all the high scores in the Pizzaplex arcade machines. When therapists start to go missing,
the clanker.
it's confirmed that GGY is the one that's working to bump them off. And when animatronics start getting corrupted by a mysterious glitch, GGY's letters are found inside the code. He even chooses the code name Dr. Rabbit, for crying out loud. But obviously, by the time of security breach, Gregory is working against Burn Trap, Vanessa, and the animatronics. Why? How? Well, it's not really clear. I tend to believe that something must have happened to cause him to either lose his memory or be reset in some way. Maybe it was Charlie talking to him in his post-it room. Maybe he hit his head. Maybe it was the connection that he made with Mike on stage in Glam.
Lil bro tripped. Lil bro tripped, fell, and hit his head, and bada bing, bada boom.
Glamrock Freddy.
Everything
Not exactly
burns.
sure, and I don't think we have enough clues to solve any of it yet. But it makes sense from a story perspective why he'd start off evil on Afton's side and then switch to trying to destroy him and not knowing who he is in security breach. And with that, my friends, I'm wrapping this thing up. Congratulations, we are on page 40. 22,000 words of FNAF, baby. I practically just wrote myself a Tales of the Pizzaplex short story. Have I answered everything? No. Does everything fit cleanly? No. But does it feel like the best and most cohesive narrative for all these characters that addresses most of the evidence we're given?
Yes.
Yeah. For me, honestly, it really does. And let's be honest with ourselves, the DLC will probably come out later this year.
Guys, I freaking learned a lot today. We all witnessed a Harvard-level education on the Five Nights at Freddy's lore across the beginning of the game till the end of the game. I didn't know Lil Gregory, Lil Gigi. I didn't know Lil G was actually a robo. I didn't know, dude. I don't know Lil Bro was actually a robo. I didn't know, man. Now I do. I hope you learned something off of this stream, dude. I hope you learned something. But, Brotato Chips, I gotta go. Guys, I gotta freaking go. You know what time it is, man. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, guys. I gotta freaking go. You know what time it is. Guys, you know what time it is. I gotta go. You want to sleep? Well, now you can sleep, guys. Now you can freaking sleep. I gotta go.
Job.
No, not job. To the pizza place. And I'm not talking about FNAF, right? I gotta go to the pizza place. If you know what I mean. I want to order myself a mini pizza. And I won't come back purple tomorrow. Hey, you never know, man. Hey, you never know. Hey, you never know. Hey, you never know. But guys, I gotta dip. Brotato Chips. I appreciate you. I appreciate the donos, the bits, the subs, the Twitch primes, the likes, and also you being here. I appreciate your time more than any dono you could possibly ever give me, dude. I appreciate you, gang. Same thing with you, Queso's gas station. We do gotta dip. Gang. I wanted to get through the FNAF lore before we dip, gang. I wanted to.
Have a good day.
Have a amazing freaking day, dude. Guys, I might edit up that entire, I might chop that segment from this stream and post it as a super long YouTube video. I might do that. I might do that for the people who missed out. I might do that, dude. I might. I probably will. You know what? I'll chop it up today, potentially. Who knows, man? But guys, I gotta dip. Bye-bye. I appreciate you for stopping on in, gang. I appreciate you for hanging out. I gotta dip. I hope you have an amazing freaking day, gang. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.